Welcome back, everybody, to Half Dice, the most half-assed D&D party that you will ever see on the wonderful website Twitch.
Hey.
Hey.
Or YouTube.
Hey.
If you guys want to
Or
check
Mixer.
out,
Just kidding.
if you guys want to check out the bio on our characters, it's in the link below. If you guys want to check out our YouTube channel, where we have uploaded the first YouTube episode, that is also down in the bio as well.
Let's go.
Last that we left off, you guys blew up Dire Hold. You guys were on your way back up to Salt Plum, to see if he was going to give you any treasures for successfully blowing up Dire Hold. During that road, you guys went to the ravine with the iron. Cyphrus threw himself off of his camel into the ravine. Rhogar gallantly tried to save his dear friend, but looked into the eye as well, only for a hot second.
That's tragic.
And
what a beautiful moment.
Let's not forget Cyphrus also stabbed himself.
Yeah. Nobody's forgotten that part, Cyphrus.
No one will forget it.
But you guys discovered that Cyphrus is super corrupted by the eye now and can have regenerative powers, and there's been an eye starting to form at his forehead.
Surprise, surprise.
Oh, that part's
We
gross.
should tattoo that on your forehead right now.
No, that's gross.
Honestly. And the Elven Princess said that she could heal Cyphrus only if you guys were able to make it to the Summer Isles, which is in the south of the country. So you guys are now starting in the Red Ravine. There's cliff sides on each side. You guys are trying to get back to the Silver Mines, back where Salt Air Plum is and his resistance.
Salt and Plum are the same person.
It is sunset. It's starting to get darker and darker. Cyphrus is still knocked out, but he's barely waking up at the moment.
Do we tie him up?
No, not to my recollection.
No, I don't think we did.
Nobody has tied him up.
Can I have tied him up?
You can tie him up because he's still unconscious.
That's for the best.
All right.
Cover his mouth too.
I don't
Gag.
Oh wait, we don't want me
I
to
don't
throw
cover
myself off a second time.
How are you
That's
gonna
right.
throw yourself off?
What
You're
do
a
you
little
mean
Cyphrus
we
broke
don't?
burrito right now.
Cyphrus
I know,
also
that's
has
what I'm
been
saying, that's why he
hearing
tied me up.
messages whispering to everybody to kill us. So, the rest of the party.
I just think he's an edgy teenage gnome,
He's
personally.
basically
I think so,
getting
too.
possessed.
Listen, if
Everybody else
someone
was
wants to
also
self-destruct,
hearing those same
Let him.
messages too.
Uh,
Rhogar was.
I was not hearing
Okay, I heard them
Yeah.
a little bit.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. Okay, guys.
Alright, so we're on the journey and we're still heading towards Salt, back to where we came from.
Are we currently on the move, DM, or are we sort of still?
Yeah. So you guys. Cyphrus is just waking up. He's now freshly bound.
On the back of my camel.
And the back of your camel. Lyastra says. This gnome here is very much tainted, and we need to get him back to the Summer Isles as soon as possible.
How much time do we have, Lystra?
It depends on humans. The process of corruption is much more quicker. I don't know. There's not a lot of gnomes that I've encountered, so we could have weeks. We could have hours. I'm really not sure.
Gnomes are smaller.
Hours.
Gnomes are smaller, but I'm pretty sure they can take higher doses of narcotics.
And of,
humans are
and
not
of
sure.
magic.
Yeah, so maybe it'll last longer.
Octopus
Don't know.
narcotics.
Slower. So hopefully, well, let's swing by. We're gonna see Plum, who's the one who sent us, and we were assigned to do this mission, and then we'll go straight to the Summer Isles.
DM, is that on the way to the Summer Isles? Going
Yes,
to see Plum?
it's going south. Yeah.
Okay.
DM, do we know whether we need to take a ship?
Lyastra says yes. We will need to either get to two holds that my people still have on this continent, either Summer's Doubt or Soul Drac.
Because we did see elves in the town that we were at when we met.
They all
Salt and
died,
Plum.
remember?
We can also go. Yeah, she also says we can also go to Port Sanar. Our people are welcome there still. I would personally like to go to either Soul Drac or Summer's Doubt because there are no ogres there.
That sounds good to me.
But my only concern is that the port is very close. Like it's a day's journey. We could get there in 2 days.
Lyastra pulls out a map and hands it to Rhogar. Here you go, Rhogar. This is the map.
Whoa.
Okay, so Summer's Doubt.
You wanna hold it up?
So basically, Summer's Doubt is just on the other end of the mountain range that we're going into to
So
see
where?
Plump anyways, right?
So he's somewhere in that ravine.
Oh, so we're here, and Summer's Doubt is this way.
Yeah.
And that's where we have to go to see Plump anyways.
Yep.
Okay, perfect. So let's go to Summer's Doubt then. Sound good to everybody?
Yep.
Cyphrus, you don't have a vote anymore. Only 2-eyed creatures can get voting rights
And
in
you've
this
got
party.
3 at this point. Can you see anything out of that third eye?
It's not fully awakened yet, right?
It's just you have like a slit here and a
Yeah.
slit here.
It's not.
So I
You
still
need
have
one
2
more
eyes.
slit, and then
You
and then you might have an eye that wakes up. Who
Ew,
knows?
You
that's
basically got a forehead
disgusting.
vagina, bro.
Oh my god. No.
Alright, let's continue on our journey then.
You run
On
into
our
any bears,
camels.
you'll be in
We're all
trouble.
riding camels to this
Okay,
desert.
so
That'll be
you
a
guys,
couple.
the sun is slowly setting, and it's making the whole red sandstone ravine very, very beautiful. It's turning it into a deep red, and you guys are kind of like trekking along. You guys are starting to remember the path to the silver mines. You see a lot of the cave entrances where you presume there was goblins once in or were. But for some reason, there's no goblins sticking out their heads or anything like that. And it seems to be very, very quiet.
I'd like to be extra cautious
Okay.
in
So-
case. Do we see any signs of a fight or an army other than what we saw last time?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Well, there was no detritus on this end of the caves in the first place, right?
What was that?
Because we had seen evidence of struggle when we first had entered the Goblins'
Yeah.
cave, but that was on the other end of their camp, right?
Yep.
So we shouldn't be seeing anything in this area.
No.
Okay.
No. So the sun is now starting to go down, and you guys are at this the beginning of this the ravine that just goes on for at least 2 or 3 miles. And as the sun goes down, it starts getting pitch black in the ravine, and you notice that you see almost flames going into the side of the ravine, very like miles away, and there's just kind of like lights going on into the side of the ravine.
Like from the sky?
No, from like the ground level.
What?
There'd be dragons there.
Maybe.
Perhaps.
Or some really powerful ogre magic, possibly?
Maybe we should avoid that place.
And,
Leonardo, have you seen
like-
anything, do you know, that would be causing that?
They look like fire bellies to me.
What's a
Fire
fire
belly?
Bellies.
Ogres with fire magic.
Oh no.
Oh gosh.
They
Oh,
seem to
with
be
extra magic.
they seem to be clearing out the vermin that live in these tunnels.
Oh wow. Vermin.
We should then pass by and go straight to your port.
Whoa. This is the Red Ridge Ravine, correct?
Yes.
We'll have to go back out to where the eye was.
No way, we can't go near that eye again. We'll just have to keep going straight through here.
Should we make camp
That's
for the
true.
Pass
night?
by the fire.
Is
Yeah,
there a
let's-
safe place to make camp for the night? that
Maybe
can
we
see
should
around us?
go into one of these tunnels.
Okay.
Is there one that's a little higher up that we
How
can
far-
access with the camels?
How far away are the flames?
They're about 3 miles away. You can barely see the lights.
Should we travel a little closer and then?
Closer to the fire
I don't. I would prefer to stay as far. Do
Don't-
are
don't we-
ogres nocturnal, DM? Do we have awareness of that?
Lyasha says they are not nocturnal. They tend to go to sleep as well.
So I think our best bet would be to stay as far away from them as we can tonight, because it's sunset. I don't think they're going to be operating, especially like goblins would have an advantage in these tunnels at night. So if we bunker down for the night here, maybe we could even rise early and try to get a jump on them. It looks like we're going to have to fight them out, and I think that's a better bet than going near the eye again.
We have to go down where the ogres are, correct, Dan?
If you want to get to the silver mine.
Well, if we want to get an advantage on them in the morning, what if we went a mile extra? And that way we wouldn't have to travel so far in the morning to get that advantage on them. Because if they're about 3 miles.
closer to them.
Why would we even want to fight them? We don't know how many there are.
You notice that the flames that you saw off the distance keep getting closer and closer.
Like noticeably.
Like almost like they're trying to clear out all the tunnels, and
Let's
eventually
not
they'll
stay
get
in
to
a
you.
tunnel. Sounds like they're clearing them out tonight.
Looks like they're
Is there a
coming
way
this
we
way.
can loop around the outside of the ravine? How far back would that
Then
take
we have
us?
to go past the
You
eye.
have to go past the eye. Yeah.
We're not going past the eye again. You guys, half elf over there, you might not have any issue with the eye. That thing was telling me to do all kinds of crazy stuff. I'm not getting near that eye again. I'd rather take my chances with the fire belly.
That's why I tried to
We
take my
probably-
life. To save you all.
We also probably can't fight off Rhogar if he is completely corrupted by the eye. Cyphrus will just throw him off.
All right. Well, we can make camp for the night. I don't think we should get any closer to them than they're already to us.
I think.
And maybe not stay in a tunnel. Are there any other rock outcroppings or anything that doesn't look like an actual tunnel that we could find shelter in?
It's just almost like a straight ravine, like going forward and then going backwards, with little curves in it at all. There, you guys can attempt to try to climb the ravine to get out.
How high up is the ravine?
It's like 100 feet up in the air. It's
Oh,
a big,
wow. That'd be
big,
rough.
Gosh.
big ravine.
All right.
I think we're gonna have to fight the fire belly, guys.
I think we're going to have to fight them. I don't see any way around it.
What if we send Cyphrus to go scout and see what's going on with the fire bellies? Because maybe, if there's a whole damn
You
troll army.
trust to let him go.
I don't
First
trust
try
Cyphrus
and
at all.
Cyphrus just starts waking up right now from being unconscious.
I don't trust him at all.
Hey, Cyphrus.
What? Why am I tied up?
Cyphrus, I need to know that it's you.
Yeah.
What's
Hi, Rhogar.
What's your first?
Hi, Bonehead.
What's your first gnomish crush's name?
Never had one. That's a trick question.
I was a trick question. Okay, it's Cyphrus. It's Cyphrus. I think we can trust him to go scout ahead. I'm only worried if he gets closer to the eye. If he's going that way, I think it's fine.
What if the
I wanna
ogres
stay away
there
from
have
that
the
eye.
eye though, and he gets closer to them, and they're able to manipulate?
It's just the big eye though. It's not like the.
Cyphrus, how in control of your mental faculties do you feel like you are at this moment?
10 out of 10. I'm not near that eye. I'm not hearing any voices.
I think we should send. He's our best bet.
All
Like
right.
who else can
It's
scout?
rocky terrain as well, right?
Yeah, it's rocky.
Yeah, very rocky.
Cyphrus is from a rocky terrain, guys.
All right, go ahead, Cyphrus. I go and untie him.
All
'Cause
right.
he was on
So,
your
do you guys have any lights on you right now as it gets darker and darker?
No.
It's still sunset, correct? How
No,
much do we-
it's fully night at this point.
Oh, okay.
I don't have any.
I don't have any, but I can see.
I don't have mine on, but I could use mine.
Lyastra says, "Well, we might not want to start a fire tonight. If we can see their fires, they can probably see ours."
I think that sounds wise. So, but we're continuing, right? We're not setting a fire. And
Well,
setting
let's send
campfire.
Cyphrus ahead,
Okay, Cyphrus, go scout out and see if we should make camp tonight.
Please.
All right.
Hope we have time for tomorrow.
or if we should attack right now.
All right. So I head off into the night and I
Yep.
start walking in the direction
So you
of
start.
the fire bellies.
Be stealthy, Cyphrus.
Can we take a short
Very
rest Ian, while
stealthy.
Cyphrus is gone?
Yeah.
Go
can
ahead and
we?
roll. Yeah, everybody can do a short rest.
All right.
Go ahead and roll a stealth
How
check,
long is it?
and then obviously you have advantage because
Within
it's
like 4
rocky
hours or
terrain.
an hour?
What the?
A short rest?
How long is the short rest?
Where's my?
I don't remember.
It's like 30 minutes.
What are you doing, Cyphrus?
He's just rolling a stealth check.
13.
13,
Actually,
but don't you have advantage because of the rocky
I do.
terrain?
Yeah, 13.
You rolled a 4 on the second one.
Okay.
That's my character sheet. What?
Oh, you dropped it under the table, Cyphrus.
Oh, it went all the way over there.
Anyway, so you.
Ironically, our rogue has the worst sleight of hand of the group.
I was like, where'd it go? 13, yeah.
Okay, 13.
So
Okay.
short rest, we get to regain 1 hit dice.
And it's
Usually at
no
least
time.
1 hour.
Okay, so you're able to,
Short
to
rest,
kind of
are we
start
doing it?
sneaking up, and you notice that there was there's just like giant ogre with just pretty fat. He's in one of the outcrops of the caves in the tunnel. And you notice that his belly almost has teeth to it, and it opens up the mouth of his belly, and it starts breathing fire into into the cave. And then he's
Talk
like,
about acid reflux.
and he's like, looks like this is all clear, boys. Let's set up camp for the night. And so you see 4 ogres.
Oh, nice.
You see,
Look at that fire belly.
They're pretty big.
Got him.
You're some ugly bastard.
and you'd also notice that they're accompanied by some goblins.
Oh,
Wait, they've
Gobbly
got
goobly
goblins?
goblins.
Yeah.
the goblins are
Goblin
helping
slaves.
them. That's not good.
Well, they're slaves.
Let me see.
They can't outwardly rebel unless they get away.
And the ogre
Those are
says to the
traitors.
goblins, "Hey, goblin, make some campfire now." "All right, boss, okay." And he starts hurrying over and to start the campfire, and the ogres kind of sit down and they start putting some meat onto the fire and start roasting it. And you can see the other 3 other ogres are normal ogres, and then the one with you presume is a fire belly sits down, and he has also a cyclops eye on his forehead, but it seems closed.
Okay.
And so they start talking. Oh man, I'm so glad we were able to cut down that rebellion. And one of the goblins says, "Yeah, boss, that was pretty impressive of you." Shut up, worm. And so they start talking. Man, we were able to kill a lot of goblins that day. Ugh, teach you lot not to rebel against us ever again. And then the goblins kind of like quiet down, and then the ogre starts saying, "Oh, I smell something in the air. It smells small."
I leave. I exit.
You don't want to see what's gonna
I
happen.
don't want to hear.
No, Well, yeah, no.
He seems to be
back away
looking at the tunnel.
at the time.
At another one of the tunnels.
All right, not at me.
Not at you.
All right.
Not at you.
Then
I thought the same
I'll
thing
stay.
Okay. And then you see him close two of his eyes, and he opens his
I
eye,
hate this. I hate when they do that.
and you see his forehead get wider and wider, and there's an eye that pops out,
Oh.
and it starts growing long tentacles and starts climbing into the cave.
What the
What?
hell?
I like detaches.
Yeah, it detaches.
Ew.
From,
So it's like a floating eye with tentacles.
yeah,
Or
but it's not
climbing
floating.
eye.
It's not.
Climbing.
It's like
Like an
like a
octopus.
spider?
yeah, like a spider
Oh.
or an octopus. Yeah, it
The
looks more like
eye
an
left
octopus.
his body. The eye that was possessing him left his
So-
body and climbed into the
We
tunnel.
can do that to Cyphrus then.
Cyphrus, that's a pretty cool
Once
special power.
he tells us about it.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys aren't there.
Yeah.
So anyway, so the octopus eye thing just keeps journeying into the tunnel, and then you hear a goblin say, "Oh, hi there," and it's very familiar. And then the octopus eye has a fat-looking goblin with smut all over its face.
no!
And then the eye kind of plops Fezzik next to one of the ogres, and he says, "Oh, hi, bosses! How's it going? Oh, man, some raid you guys had over there, right?" And the ogre looks at him, and he's like, "You look awfully fat to be a goblin slave." He's like, "Well, my master at Tananport was extra kind to me, if I do say so myself." "Oh, what are you doing around here?" "Well, I was accompanying all of you guys in the raid, and that's how I got all this smut on my face. Awful thing what happened to Dire Hold." "You know what happened to Dire Hold?" Well, everybody does. Well, hold on. Before we start talking about the awfulness in Dire Hold, what happened to Port Tanar? I've been hearing some rumors about it." "Oh, well, we cleaned out all the goblins and the rough, terrible elves that live there." "Oh, wow, that's unfortunate. Well, I'm just gonna I'll probably be off now. I gotta go back to my boss. You're my boss, but not my boss. And then the ogre, who's the fire belly, kind of like opens up his belly again, and you can start seeing like stirring of fire. He's like, "What if we just roast you here?" And he's like, well, before you roast me, fat goblins are not good to eat. This is what I've heard. And I hear that there's special treasure in the silver mines that some other goblin rebel told me about. So maybe... and then you can see the fire belly's fire kind of like starts simmering down. And he says, "Oh, right then." And you can see the ogre kind of grab Fezzik and take a bite of his belly, and he throws him back. "Just make sure you don't betray us, stupid goblin." And you can see like kind of Fezzik writhing in pain, just going around in circle. And then the fire belly kind of like breathes slight fire onto Fezzik to cauterize the wound,
Okay.
and that's it.
All right.
And then they start just
What a
talking
kind
about
goblin.
other stuff.
I
I mean,
back-
what a kind ogre.
I back away from the camp and I head back to the gang here, and I say, or the group, I say, "Guys, so there are a few ogres up ahead. There is only one of them is a fire belly. It's like he has like these this mouth on his stomach, and it opens up.
What?
And then you could see like fire just start, the flames rising, and then I guess he just shoots it out like a projectile.
So one fire belly was
One
responsible
fire
for
belly?
all that flame that we saw.
Yeah, that's crazy,
That's
right?
scary.
Wow.
Also, I saw Fezzik.
What?
In one of the
He's
caves.
alive.
He's alive, yes. And the fire belly took a bite out of his stomach. But Fezzik said, I don't know. Fezzik might actually be smarter than we think. He is playing both sides here. So, also, this. So the ogre with the fire belly, he also had the third eye, right?
Oh, really?
What happened? This is so creepy. It actually had tentacles. It popped out of his head,
Ugh.
went to the cave, and that found Fezzik.
That's disgusting.
And it just
Tentacles.
yes,
Just like what you
and it
had.
can move, and it's disgusting.
So are they coming this way?
No, they're making camp for the night, and they're setting up. They're about to eat. They're just roasting some meat. I'm assuming it's some of the goblins that they scorched.
Are they?
earlier.
Is it a ravine
Disgusting.
like this that they're making camp?
Was it a ravine?
It's just directly ahead.
Yeah.
They weren't like in one of the tunnels, were they?
No, of course not. They're scorching all the tunnels. But Fezzik came out and he said how at the silver mines there are a lot of treasures as well. So he might be giving out to the fire belly Plum's location.
Here's what I'm thinking. What if we go ahead and rest so our spellcasters can recover all their abilities? Maybe we get
That
up
would be
as
good.
early as possible and try to get a jump on these guys. Because I think if we could take out this fire belly as soon as possible, who knows what other kind of abilities this thing has.
Yeah.
And then I think we should make a stop by the silver mine.
Yeah.
Save Fezzik, make Fezzik give us whatever treasure he's talking about, and then
If he has
save
a real treasure,
Linestra.
he could just be lying if he didn't want to die.
Do you guys think
Maybe.
that's a good plan though?
Linestra, what do you think about this? Do we have enough time to swing by the silver mines?
I think we should be able to.
We'll kind of have to go by them anyways, right?
All right, I'll trust you. You are my guardians, after all, in this predicament.
They were pretty heroic.
All right, then.
So should we go ahead and camp in one of these tunnels?
That sounds
Yeah.
good.
How's your HP looking?
Stand guard.
It's at 11.
So you were pretty rough.
Mm-hmm.
Should we take shifts of 2 hours each?
I wonder.
Lyastra says, "What happened to the eye tentacle you speak of?"
It came out of his head, and
It didn't go back in. Is it
I left
searching?
before then. I don't know.
Could it find us?
I doubt
So
it.
it was able to come out of its head. Maybe we could.
It probably can't go far from its host.
We have no idea.
But if
though,
it
right?
pops out of your head, if it gets to that point, we can always stuff it full of some cotton so it can't get back in there. And boom, you're cured.
Pop it like a pimple.
Or we could
I
just
guess we
kill it.
could. We could. Yeah. Also killing it.
Linestra,
Point is,
have
I
you
want
ever
this
heard of killing the
extracted
eye
from
that
me.
pops out? Have you ever heard of that before?
I've actually never seen one pop out like that before. But if you kill the eye, the ogre tends to fall with it as well.
Oh, really?
Oh, so we have to extract it from me, guys. You can't kill it,
Gotta shove
otherwise
some
you're
cotton
killing
in
me.
I think we should have guard for sure. Rotating
Yes,
shifts.
I think we should rotate shifts.
Rotate shifts,
I'll
minimum
take
time
first
for a long
shift.
rest, not to metagame, and then hit these guys.
Elseisha, since we know that we're going to be going into the silver mines and fighting these ogres tomorrow, potentially going on a seafaring voyage, are there any spells that you might need to study up on tonight in preparation for tomorrow?
Not any new ones.
Because you can change off
Yes.
game, you can change game. Okay.
I just don't have any seafaring ones.
Alright, no water-based ones.
Right.
Mm-mm.
So who's
Not really.
what's the rotation? You're just staying up the whole night?
I'll go first.
I'll go second.
Third?
Fourth, I guess.
Linestra, do you feel up to taking a shift?
Sure, why not?
Okay.
Perfect.
We only needed 4 shifts.
What?
Our adventure with you has been quite interesting. And I think in the midst of it, perhaps we are mispronouncing your name, Lyastra. Could you please confirm for us? Is it Lunestra or Lyastra?
It's Lyastra.
Alright then.
I'm terribly
Lyastra.
sorry.
I apologize on
what-
behalf of...
However, foreigners would like to pronounce my name. I tend
We
to
would
not
like to pronounce
care.
it the way that you want us to.
Lyastra then.
Lyastra.
My bad.
No, it's okay.
Alright, so
we
we're all
did that
sleeping.
with Plump too.
Okay, so nothing
I'm
happens
sleeping.
on your watch.
Alright, I wake up.
I wake you up
Thanks.
uncomfortably with my foot.
I smack it aside.
Everybody is sleeping quite soundly. You can see that the moon is kind of out. It's probably 12 a.m. at this point, and nothing happens on your watch.
I wake up Cyphrus.
Yes, I'm awake. Okay.
Watch.
Okay, so everybody's asleep. It's all same scene. It's just a little bit later, but you do hear some shifting in the sand, and you look out the hole, and you see these tentacles and this eye open up and kind of come in, and it looks directly at you. Go ahead and you can't. You're paralyzed at this point. Go ahead and roll a.
Oh my goodness.
A charm saving throw.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry, charisma saving throw.
Roll well, little gnome, or we're all dead.
Is it magic?
Yeah.
All right.
Thank goodness he has
18.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have advantage.
Okay. So you are able to get out of the charm, and the eye tentacle kind of like jumps at you and starts trying to go towards your forehead, and it starts.
Alright, stick it with my dagger. Yeah.
Okay, you stick with your dagger.
Can I do that?
DM, do we hear any of this, or we're all?
Oh yeah, I'm not paralyzed anymore. And I just like, what the? And I try to.
Do we wake up from
just
that?
stick my
Yes,
dagger at
everybody
it.
wakes up.
What the?
Cyphrus!
What the hell?
Yeah, so you guys wake up to seeing Cyphrus just stab the creature straight into the eye, and it starts like fizzling out, and it starts like just writhing in pain, and it
I
starts
dropped the
trying-
dagger so it can't crawl onto me.
I chase after it.
It
I
drops
grab
in
my
it.
sword and chase after it.
Yeah, and it's trying to go out through the entrance.
I shoot
Can
a
I catch it?
fireball
You're
at
able
it.
to use a roll dexterity check.
How big is this eye?
Nat 20.
Okay, you're able to grab it by the dagger's handle, and you throw it back, and it splats all over the wall.
So it's just
It
it's
died.
done?
It's dead.
What?
wow. Okay. So does that mean we
What?
killed the fire belly?
Yeah, Laosha, does that mean that the ogre that was attached to that eye is dead now?
Theoretically, unless this is a different.
Guys, we don't know what
Yeah.
kind of eye that was, but I tell you, when that thing, it just came at the entrance, and it paralyzed me. But I was able to break free from its charm, and then it launched itself at me like it was trying to go for my forehead. So I stabbed it with the dagger, and that's when you all woke up.
This
Well,
could be a
bandage up
real
your forehead
problem.
or something.
This could be a huge problem. Do we know if that thing's mind is linked to its controller?
We should move location.
Yeah, we need to go. I
We
think,
need to leave
I
and
think
leave
we
now.
need to go right
Let's
now.
we all leave. Well, I leave.
DM,
So-
how much sleep did we all collectively get?
You guys got about
6.
6 hours of sleep.
Okay.
Yeah.
We need maybe 2 more hours.
For spell slots?
Yeah.
Can we recover some HP on that though?
Yeah, you guys are full HP.
I'd like to poke my head out of the tunnel, see if I see anything.
And you notice that you see 3 torches kind of like starting to come down the ravine.
Oh shoot!
Only 3.
They're
though.
coming.
Only 3 torches.
Only
Do
three.
they
Only
know?
3. Okay. Well,
It could
What
be
if-
Only 3 because there were 3 ogres.
could be
There were
physic.
3 ogres plus the fire
The
belly.
goblins would be holding the torches.
what if Cyphrus and I try to sneak behind them?
Why?
You want to fight them?
Yeah, I want to
You
kill
want to
them.
fight 3 ogres?
Yeah. We killed 2 ogres.
We don't know if the fire belly's still alive or not. You want to fight the fire belly?
I kind of want to fight the fire belly.
Of course.
But there's only
Rhogar
3
wants to fight.
torches.
Not all of them.
What are we
will
going
be
to do?
holding their
They're
own
walking
torches.
towards us right now.
How far away are they?
They're getting closer and closer.
Can
Guys,
can
they're
I
coming,
have,
they're
can I-
coming, we
can
must
I have,
fight.
Can I have everybody enter stealth? Group stealth?
Can we be stealthy?
We can't be like we're in a tunnel.
Where
We can either try to stay in the tunnel and let them pass. We can try to move our hiding location, or we can try to ambush them.
Or to go deep in the tunnels.
They could always, if we stay in the
That
tunnels,
tunnel
they could
doesn't go. None of those tunnels go very.
they could
far
blast
in.
fire into it if the fire
Yeah.
is not dead.
true.
Kill us immediately.
Quick, let's escape
Want
the
me,
tunnel.
want me to distract them, and you guys can.
I'd like to go hide behind some sort of rock or bush
Outside of the tunnel.
outside of the tunnel.
I would as well like
Go
to hide
roll
outside
self
of the.
check.
Oh, you can cast
I'll do that as
make
well.
it look like we're not in a
You
tunnel.
need all of us.
You're at
It's just
disadvantage
rock
because you
face.
have chainmail on,
That's a
right?
good idea.
You need
It's
us
only
to roll
five-
stealth.
5
Oh
feet.
my gosh! All right.
14.
14.
4.
Okay.
Critical fail.
I'm hiding on the other end of the tunnel from them.
Well,
I'm hiding near
I'm ready to fight.
Rhogar.
What's your stealth?
Whoa! Oh, we're rolling there.
Do you?
It's 22.
Who went to? You went to hide outside the tunnel, correct?
Yeah.
You are inside the tunnel.
No, outside the tunnel.
You're
for
outside
sure.
the tunnel.
I went to go outside to follow Cordelia.
Okay. Who,
I'm also outside.
so everybody's outside. Okay.
Is Lunestra?
Yeah.
Lyostra.
Lyostra.
Lyostra also
Dexter.
hides with Rhogar.
Good choice.
Okay, so Cordelia and Elseisha hid together on a really, really tiny tree, and then you see all the ogres except the fire belly, and you see them kind of like scouring the tunnel that you guys were in. They tell one of the goblins to go check, and
I'd like to cast Minor Illusion at a tunnel that's further down and have a goblin voice come from it.
okay,
That's far away from us.
okay.
Which direction?
Farther up the tunnel.
The way that we've been coming from?
No, the in between us and
Where they're coming from?
where they're coming from.
So you want them to go
It's like
back.
here.
You don't want them to go past us.
Because they'll see me if they go past.
Oh, they're still gonna see you. You rolled a 1.
Even if I distract them?
Yes. Anyway, so the other goblin, they tell him to go look ahead, and the goblin sees you.
Me?
Yeah, he sees you and he winks at you and he
Oh,
says,
okay.
"No guys here, boss." And he kind of like goes further ahead, and then one of the ogres with the torch looks directly at the tree, and they say, "Hey, what are you lot doing here?" And 3 of the ogres are now on
Oh,
top
gosh.
of Elseisha and
I'd like to hold
Cordelia.
up my hands and reply, what was that girl's name?
And then Fezzik.
We were sent here to help clear out all the goblins that have been hiding. We are mercenaries. She is
you
a
guys
healer.
are-
Logal sent
are-
us.
Let's see.
By Logal.
Let's see here.
We were sent by Logal.
Logal sent us.
Logal hired us to
Oh.
clear out all the goblins in these parts. We are here to assist you.
Yes.
Oh, I heard that they sent out a party to go help us clear out those silver mines. Were you guys able to have any success?
Yes, we were held hostage for a period of time by them and captured. However, we were able to kill several of them.
Yes.
Several of them. Do you guys know where the treasure is?
No, we were unable to detect it.
And then you could see him have a big sack, and he grabs Fezzik, and he says, "Hey, you! Is he any familiar to you?" And then Fezzik's like fat body is just kind of swaying in the wind as he's grabbing by his by his head.
Is he
Does he
bleeding
appear
from-
to be dead?
No.
How's
He's
his
like,
stomach holding up?
and then Fezzik says, "Hi guys," and then he says, "It seems like you know this fellow."
He was one of our captors.
Yeah, I was one of their captors. You see? Yeah.
I'm gonna jump in and attack the closest troll to me, or the closest ogre to me.
Oh, okay.
Troll or
Ogre.
Okay. So everybody roll.
He's trolling the ogre. And the
Hey.
DM.
Hey. Oh my god.
3.
13.
14.
5. But I'm initiating.
Yeah.
All right, so you do surprise them, so you get to go. So it was 3.
Yep.
And then Cyphrus, what'd you do?
14.
14.
I got 13.
15.
13.
13. All right.
All right. So I'm attacking the ogre farthest.
Go ahead and roll. Did you hit?
I'm using my action surge as well,
Okay.
and I'm using menacing attack
Nice.
Nice.
if it lands, obviously. Oh, 19.
nice.
19. 22. 23.
I'll be right back.
Okay. You are able to successfully hit the
Okay.
ogre.
So I'm using menacing attack, which means that they have to make a wisdom saving throw, and they have to beat a 13.
Wisdom saving throw?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ogre's not very wise.
All right. He does not make the wisdom saving throw.
Oh, so that means he's prone, And he's frightened of me now.
Okay.
And then I'm going to go ahead and roll for damage. I do 11.
Okay.
And then I'm just going to follow up with a normal attack with my action surge.
Okay.
19. That's 21.
21 damage.
Yeah. I'm blowing through all my good rolls. Hopefully we don't fight anything else. And that one just does 7.
Okay. Okay, so the ogre like shrieks out in pain, and he has a huge gash on his chest, and he falls down to the ground, but he's still alive.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Okay, Elseisha, it's your turn.
I'm before Cyphrus? Or Cyphrus?
Oh no, I'm sorry. It's Cyphrus' turn now.
All right. I pop out of my hiding spot. I'm like, hi there. And I stab this prone, even though, yeah, you're within 5 feet. I stab him because he's prone, and yeah. Let me see if I can hit. Hitting with the rapier. 9.
Okay. So that's all the damage?
That's even if it hits. I'm rolling to hit.
Oh, you rolled the what?
To hit.
Oh yeah. What was it, the total?
9.
9? You
Is there advantage on prone creatures?
No, there isn't. You don't hit.
Aw.
Okay.
Bulma.
It is now Elseisha's turn.
Okay, this is my last spell that I can cast because I need to sleep. I bless everyone in the group, and with that I use my voice of command to then command Rhogar to slash the ogre that is directly in front of him.
Okay.
Run, Elseisha.
Oh, that's another 21.
All right, you hit.
Bro, don't expect me to do anything else the whole rest of the day, guys. That's an 8.
Okay.
Nice.
All right. Cool. And the ogre starts writhing in pain,
Oh, really?
but it's still not dead.
Oh, my
All right. So now it's the
goodness.
creature's turn.
Oh, my goodness.
And
Oh, and also just to clarify, it's all 3 of these because I can only do 3 creatures, so it's not Lyostra. She's not.
okay,
blessed.
so she's not blessed. Okay.
The one who's frightened of me has disadvantage on attack rolls.
Okay. So the one that was prone immediately gets up and he starts screaming, "Oh, I'm hit!" And he starts running down the ravine. He starts running away.
Is that an opportunity attack?
Oh, opportunity attack.
Go ahead.
For both of us.
2 people, yeah.
Good call.
And with his back turned, so.
Oh, yep, I'm done. I've got nothing else good for you guys the whole rest of the day.
7.
You rolled a 7?
Wait, you guys both have
Just
blessing.
where we're both.
Oh.
Oh, shoot.
You're my manager from now on. I got 11.
18.
Okay, you hit, but you do not.
Wow, I felt
wait, you
really
got what?
powerful before. I got 11.
Oh, you hit too.
I hit!
Yeah.
Hell yeah, this ogre gonna be dead. Oh, I rolled an 8! 13.
Okay. And you guys, Rhogar is able to successfully lop off his head, and Cyphrus starts stabbing
18
him.
damage as well.
He starts stabbing him in the back.
I want to high five Cyphrus once we're sure it's setting. Team Murder Koala! High five. And then I lick the ogre blood and I go, "You're next, bitches." And look at the other ogres.
Disgusting.
Okay, and so the ogres.
He's crazier than me.
The ogres then turn
I say
to
to
Cordelia
Cordelia.
and Elseisha because they're the closest to them.
Oh,
And one is attacking Cordelia, and the other, we'll do the one attacking Cordelia first.
No.
Okay. And he is able to hit
I'd
Cordelia.
like to cast shield as a reaction.
Okay. What does that do?
So it gives me +5 bonus to my AC, so I'm at 15.
You're at 15. He still hits you.
No!
Oh, dang.
The ogre must have rolled well.
Roll for damage.
If you die, I'll get the treasure and keep your share.
It's
Thanks.
very sweet of you.
If you die, I'll make sure to spend it all in your memory and drink plenty of alcohol.
All right, so he swings a giant great club and he hurls it right into your stomach.
Oh!
Doing 14 damage. damage.
Oh!
Oh my goodness gracious.
Are you out?
No, I have 9.
You're 9?
Great.
Can I try to make a rousing speech to the goblins, DM?
Yeah. After Elseisha maybe gets hit. Oh. Yeah, you get hit.
No.
Huh?
And then the ogre swings a giant club at your leg, and you hear a crack.
Oh my goodness.
Like a
Yeah.
I'm gonna be twinsies with Lunestra.
And then
Lunestra.
it's a
Lyostra,
13
boy.
What?
13.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Okay. About to do your rousing speech.
Goblins, lend me your ears. You have been oppressed by these ogres for far so long. Lay off your chains, break the bonds, and attack these cretins. Do not be oppressed. Your fellows sent us. We are with Plum.
That was his whole 6 seconds, I think, right there.
Roll a charisma check.
Oh, my leg is in pain.
Dude.
You're like, my leg is in pain.
Straight up charisma.
Oh.
18.
Then the goblins say, "Yeah, he's right." And then Fezzik's like, "Yeah, this man should be the leader of the goblins." and Fezzik and the 2 other goblins begin to attack the one closest to Elseisha. Okay.
Kill him, boys! Ah! So, was that his whole turn then? Was that little speech he just did?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh. It's your call, DM.
Yeah, let's do
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Okay.
Hold on. But the goblins are gonna roll.
Wait, perhaps Rhogar could be saying this while he's doing an action. That's definitely
A speech like that requires my full attention.
Yeah.
That was beautiful.
Magnificent.
Could I throw Elseisha maybe a little bit of a way away?
So what's that?
Could I just maybe drag Elseisha just like?
Yeah, you can still move. Yeah.
Okay,
Does
I'll
that
just drag her
provoke
back
an
as I'm saying
opportunity
that.
attack?
Okay.
Does that provoke an opportunity attack? We don't want to do
Oh
that.
yeah, I won't do that.
We
then.
don't want to do that.
Well, you're already doing it.
I already.
Oh,
Yeah,
sh-
fucking shoot.
All right.
Dang
So
Here I am back.
Ah, dang it.
Nice going, Rhogar.
That was a little dumb
Okay.
of me.
and he does hit.
He was distracted by his speech.
I was distracted by my
Hopefully the goblins get
lovely
him.
speech.
And one of the goblins did hit the ogre. It
Hell
was
yeah.
Fezzik.
Hell yeah.
Woo.
Good job, Fezzik. Our boy.
Yeah, Fezzik!
Too bad he doesn't have his
And,
rocket.
This
The,
one's
the
Fezzik.
ogre's able to hit
The
you
one
with
with
his
the
club
TNT.
and deals 14 damage.
Oh!
What?
Yeah. Ouch.
Okay.
Yep, that's it.
Damage.
Who?
On me.
Oh, I thought it was on Elseisha because you were dragging Elseisha away.
No, it was on Rhogar.
Oh, dang.
Okay, and then
Because she was on the ground.
Oh, okay.
the goblin was able to, or Fezzik was able to grab like a makeshift rock and start hitting the ogre on his head, and that dealt 4 damage.
Hell yeah, the speech was worth
Good job, Fezzik.
Oh my goodness gracious.
At least the goblins are on our side.
Okay. It is now Cordelia's turn.
Alright.
Cordelia, save us!
Wait, Rhogar went, isn't it?
I'd like to run. So I am
No, that was my first turn.
diagonal
Oh, okay.
to them. About here.
Okay.
And I would like to cast Agonazer's Scorcher,
Okay.
which goes in a straight line and does 3d8. Every creature in line must make a dexterity saving throw and beat 14.
Okay. What did you move the? So they're right here, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sound like
So where's the line?
So it's that way, right between. So
Okay,
it's
so we're gonna
diagonal.
use these. This one, this one, this one, and this one.
Yes.
So you'll hit this goblin too.
Did you say this one?
We're using these blocks right here.
Like the actual squares on the,
The
board,
squares,
guys.
yeah.
Oh,
And- 'cause
well,
they-
what
'cause
can
they
I go
work-
here?
'cause
So
they
I'm
work
using
here.
these. Oh,
Yeah. So.
okay.
All right. Cool.
Well, that's okay.
All right.
Move out of the way, goblin!
I think my dexterity is pretty high.
Their dexterity is high. All right. So they have to be to 14.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
They're useful.
Oh, one of the ogres jumps up in the air, does a wonderful backflip, and is able to completely avoid the shot.
Guys, these ogres are more athletic than I anticipated.
What?
We may
Yeah.
be in over our heads. We have the Yoel Romero
Oh, they have to beat a
ogres.
14, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so one of them does get hit, and then the goblin is successfully able to move out of the way in time.
Hell yeah, Team
He
Goblins.
goes, "Yipe!" and jumps out of the way.
17 damage.
17 damage.
Oh,
Damage
nice.
spell. The ogre starts screaming, "I hate fire! I'm not a fire belly!"
The other ogre takes half that damage.
Oh,
So
he does?
yeah, they still take. So the other ogre would just take 8.
Sweet.
Oh, thanks for reading it. Unlike me.
All right.
So that backflip was amazing, but maybe just a little bit. A little.
Oh, and then the goblin
Thanks for actually checking that.
takes 8 damage.
Yeah, the goblin has to take 8 as well.
Okay.
Aw. Poor
I'm
goblin.
sorry.
Oh, and then the goblin completely gets vaporized.
Oh! Cordelia!
I'm sorry. Wild magic.
Did you roll
Oh,
up?
I actually have to roll on it for once. I rolled a 1. I'll pull it up while you guys keep playing. I do some wild magic stuff.
So Cordelia's sorceress
Oh my goodness.
class or speciality means that she has wild magic, which means that sometimes when she casts spells, something drastically bad happens.
Goodness gracious.
And
Yeah,
something
to roll it
drastically
every
bad is
time,
happening
right?
right now.
Yeah.
And one of the goblins says, "Zed, no!" and starts crying at the ashes of his fallen friend.
I wasted my rousing speech, and you vaporized more
Whoa.
DPS.
Okay, this is actually very weird. So I roll a 26, and I appear as my forehead for the next minute.
What?
Yeah, I'm not even kidding. That's what it says. During that time, you have advantage on wisdom perception checks that rely on sight.
Well,
I stare at this elf,
you just look like
or
your
I
forehead.
stare at
Yeah.
Cordelia, and I'm like,
So you have an eye on your forehead?
Yeah.
I stare at Cordelia, I'm like, Cordelia, is there something
Cordelia,
you're not
are you
telling
possessed?
us?
I thought you were a half elf.
She may be trying to trick us, Rhogar. Watch her.
It's my wild magic. I don't know what it's doing.
The
Oh,
ogre-
it is wild magic. You can say that again.
The ogres are really quite surprised that you have an eye above your forehead, and they start kind of saying, Loktar, and they kind of like look at you.
Yes. Yes.
Can I yell, how dare you attack a priestess of the eye?
Everybody roll a charisma.
Everybody.
Group charisma check.
Oh. Critical fail.
9.
I mean, I got a 21.
Nat 1.
I'm killing these
7
Out
rolls.
of 9.
21!
Can be persuasion check.
Nat 1. Nat
Oh, wait.
1.
Just kidding. It was a 12.
That was a 12. What did you roll?
Nat 1.
9. If it's persuasion,
It's not.
then I have higher, but it's
All
9.
right, so they scream, a priestess of Loktar would never have a gnome on their side. And they continue the fight.
I go,
Oh,
that fair
gosh.
point. Who would want a gnome on their side? They're stupid.
And Cyphrus, it's your turn.
Rash, Rhogar? Perhaps too rash.
I run 10 feet to one of the ogres, and I'm like, you dodge a flame, dodge this, you fat ogre! And I shove the rapier, which was made a little bit shorter for a gnome, because gnomes are smaller, the custom rapier, into its side, and I'm seeing if I hit.
Okay, go ahead.
23.
Okay,
Now we
you
rolled
hit.
a 23.
Also, you have blessing, just saying. You don't have to do it, but.
Oh.
So you get sneak attack on it because the goblins are attacking
do,
the ogres
yeah.
in there?
Mm-hmm.
You should have him remember sneak attack next time.
I remember that.
Oh, okay.
That's why
I was asking because it's not one of us, it's the
Does
goblins.
work for damage?
No.
Alright. Ooh, that's a lot of damage. 22 damage.
Damn, that's a lot of
Goodness.
Which
damage.
one did you hit?
This one, this
That one.
fatso
One.
right there.
Directly in
You
front.
can't dodge this.
Oh.
Boom! And
You
I-
can dodge a
the
wrench,
double-
but can you dodge
the
a ball?
the double strike, you know, just thrust it in his side.
All right, and you stab him right in the spine, and he starts to crying out for help. And
Spine.
then-
Is he paralyzed now?
No, he's not paralyzed. There's a lot of fat. He was barely able to hit him, but it hurt a lot. And then Lyastra then casts some magic.
Yeah, where is Lyostra?
She's like,
Master, you have magic.
and there's a searing flame that comes down from the sky and vaporizes this ogre.
Damn you, powerful elf.
Okay.
Because she's over there, right? Because she was hiding with me
Yep.
in Cyphrus.
Yep.
She's very built. This is...
Don't confuse him.
All right. Go ahead, Elseisha.
Okay, I have a question. Does the ogre the ogre
Ogre.
that is, this is how we're set up, correct? So there's an ogre here. Rhogar is in front of me,
Yeah.
and then, and what is the ogre here? How does he look? Does he appear to be in good spirits?
He seems really, really upset that his companion
Is he
died.
fatigued? Does he look hurt?
I mean, he has like one minor scratch on him so far.
One minor scratch. That's
Yeah,
it.
that's it.
All right. And my leg is broken.
No,
I'm
no, no,
assessing
no, no.
things?
It just cracked a little bit. You're limping
Just
though.
cracked a little
So
bit.
you don't have you can't go 30.
But
you
I
can't
can
move
stand
30,
up.
but you can still stand up.
Just in
You can only move
agonizing
15
pain.
feet.
Okay. And he's about 10 feet in front of me.
Yes.
Well, I'm standing here, so he's about 15 feet, so he would be directly... Oh, alright. And I have no more spells to do. I would like to say to this ogre, oh gosh, I would like to say, ogre, and where I'm from, in Valister, it is considered good luck if you kiss an ogre before you die. So, perhaps you would grant me that wish.
Well,
What does he say?
Oh my.
And while I say this, I'd like to lean down and look like I'm grabbing my leg, but I'm actually grabbing a handful of sand.
roll a persuasion check.
Oh.
No. Is it a persuasion
It's a
saving?
persuasion check.
All right, it's a 5.
That's a 5.
Yes.
Okay, so the ogre does not grant you that, and he seems even more upset. I'm not going to kiss a whelp like you.
A beautiful whelp.
All right, and that's your turn. It's now the creature's turn.
All right. I still have a handful of sand for my next turn.
Okay. All
Let
right.
it be noted.
So the
I was concerned before, but now I'm very confident.
ogre again. Oh, Rhogar's in the way, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Wait.
Yes.
So you went up to the ogre to do that? No, just
No, I
to
just
kiss him.
stood
Okay.
up and I grabbed some sand and I said
Alright.
these things to the ogre.
So then he goes to try to attack Rhogar.
Ogre, Rhogar.
The ogre's running
Ogre,
right
Rhogar.
towards
Ogre,
him.
Rhogar. Say it 10 times fast.
With that R.
Okay.
Okay.
And he is able to hit. Oh, sorry, miss Rhogar.
Oh.
Alright, I'm going to use an expend 1 superiority dice to use a riposte, which allows me to try to make a melee attack as a reaction.
Ooh. Okay.
Add counter-strike, if you will. Okay, I got a 9. 2, 11, 14.
You hit a 4. Yeah, you hit.
Yes! Got him!
Slash.
13 damage.
Awesome.
Can I cut off a pinky?
Yeah, you're able to successfully cut off a pinky, and he
What?
cries in pain.
You try to hit me again. See what happens.
I will.
Nah, you'll run out of pinkies soon. Ogres have like 7, right?
You also see Fezzik kind of chomping on his calf too, and he's trying to shake it off.
Oh.
All right, it is Cordelia's turn. Oh, is it still your turn?
It's Rhogar. It's my turn now, right?
Okay, yeah.
So I'm just gonna make a normal attack.
Okay, sweet.
Noise.
20. Not nat though.
Yeah. Yeah.
Got him.
12
12
damage. Yeah.
All right.
Can I cut off his other pinky?
Hey, you cut up, and he's like, "Oh, I needed those."
Good luck releasing a rap album now. You have no pinky rings. Your bars are terrible now.
Rhogar, I have no idea what you're talking about.
What is rip?
And Fezzik
Bet you
said,
can't even rap.
Yeah, I love rap.
All right.
Cordelia.
I would like to cast my firebolt at the remaining ogre.
Okay. And then Fezzik says, "I remember what happened to the last goblin that got in your firebolt," and he starts running the opposite direction.
17. Oh no, I get more than that. It's like over 20 something.
Yeah, so you hit.
Okay. So then I get to do.
Wild magic?
Yes, I don't. It's a cantrip.
Okay.
Nick likes wild magic now.
6 damage.
All right.
Cordelia, with that giant eye, hopefully you can hit something.
Okay.
You know what? I can see a little bit better.
Okay, so now Fezzik.
That eye is ugly. I say that third eye.
That's rude.
I yell at Cyphrus. You have
Yours
no
is
room
ugly
to talk.
too.
I don't have a third eye.
Not yet.
You just have a third vulva.
Anyway, so Fezzik and the other goblin begin to charge at the last remaining ogre.
I'd also like to back away from him.
Okay, so both Fezzik and the other goblin are able to hit.
Yeah!
Goblins!
Goblin power!
Stand up to your oppressors! Goblins!
Boom bang!
Boom boom! Boom bang!
Boom, baya.
Blackpink reference in D&D, top tier.
Okay.
Don't hurt him.
This is
Okay,
some really happy
so-
music for a battle.
Well, we're winning.
I know.
It should be happy.
It should be faster pace. Faster.
All right,
I
so
like the music.
one of the goblins like rushes up and he stabs him in the back, and Fezzik comes in with a giant scimitar out of nowhere and he cuts off his other hand. And he's like, "You're not gonna be using that hand anytime soon."
Oh man.
Good job,
Fezzik!
But I'll give you a hand, Fezzik.
Oh my goodness.
And I'm applauding in the ogre's
My
face.
leg.
Lyostra then starts to charge up another spell, and she hits.
Nice, Lyostra. I want you on my team more often.
And she blinds the ogre and causes 4 damage.
Blinded,
What?
huh? How
So-
long is he blinded for?
For at least 1 turn.
Okay.
Alright, it is Cyphrus' turn.
Oh gosh.
Kill him, Cyphrus.
I run
And you get advantage because he's blinded.
5, 10, and there are enemies in proximity. I roll to attack with the rapier. 17.
Yeah, you hit.
17, alright. And then...
That's alright.
Oh, blessing. No, not anymore. 13 damage.
Okay, and you're able to successfully kill him however you want to.
Alright.
Oh, nice.
I get it and I come around and I stab him through the front. Actually, I slide under his legs and I stab him through his chest, and it goes straight up through him. And then you could just see it went straight through his heart and blood squirting out of him. And then he falls to the side. And I'm like, ha ha!
Alright.
What's beneath you, ogre? Duh!
Does it fall on top of him?
I said it fall. Oh.
It falls to the side of him.
Oh.
And all
Blood
the
squirting
goblins
out.
start chanting, yeah!
And my face is covered in blood. I'm like, "Duh!"
I lick Cyphrus. Goblins, us feast on more ogre blood. You have been oppressed for far too long. Uprising of the bourgeoisie and overthrow your oppressors.
We do this for you.
And then you can see Fezzik like running towards Cordelia, and he hugs her in the legs. He's like, "We're so glad we're able to see you again."
I'm glad you're not
Fezzik.
dead, Fezzik.
Yeah, look at he chopped me right in the belly.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'll be all right.
Can I go into the dead ogre, get a handful of its blood, walk up to the other goblin that's there, and put my hand over his face and go, "You are an ogre slayer now. You go back to your people and you kill more ogres. Kill ogres!"
He starts running.
Very
into one
noble.
of the tunnels.
And I yell, "It's now Rhogar's rebellion!"
I'd like to say, where's he going? Do you think he knows where the treasure is? Fezzik, do you know where this treasure is?
Well, okay, this is what happened. It's quite a story. It's quite a story, and it's all true. So remember when I lit the rocket?
Yes.
I lit the rocket, and second time I was able to successfully detach myself from the rocket before it exploded.
Oh,
That's
you're
a
very lucky.
useful skill.
Yeah,
I wish our gnome had that skill.
Yeah, I saw him able to explode the whole entire hold.
It was amazing.
Mission accomplished, right, Fezzik?
Good job, friend. Anyway, so there I was in the desert. I saw a huge bunch of Rhinoc riders and all kind of fire bellies running towards Dire Hold, and I thought, for sure my friends are dead. And I shed a little tear for you. And then just for the women folk, no offense, men folk, I like you guys too, just not as much.
Thank you, Isaac.
We adore you.
I'm offended.
Anyway, so I came over to the cave and I was able to make it all the way to the silver hold, or silver mines. Unfortunately, the whole thing was burned down, and they had a long list of slaves with Plum headed for the temple, the Eye of the Temple.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
goodness.
No.
Yeah.
So Plump has been
I-
captured.
But what about the silver?
Yeah, I think Cordelia's question was about the treasure.
I mean,
Well-
we need to keep it safe from them, right?
Yeah,
And I
It
think
was
Because it's powerful.
It was in the middle of the mines. I don't know if they took it or not. It was all burning when I got there.
burning.
I wanted to get some of that gold and silver for myself.
Yeah, we should go with you, Fezzik, to help make sure
It's
you can
all
get
burned
some.
down.
There was none left.
I couldn't even get past like the first layer of rubble. It collapsed in
Uh-oh.
itself.
Those fire bellies are a force to be reckoned, or not a force to be reckoned with.
But I did hear that they were still looking for the treasure, so I don't think they got it.
We don't have time to mine.
Fezzik,
Yes.
we want to come and someday help retrieve Plump and the rest of your friends. However, right now, Cyphrus is in grave danger. We must go to the Summer Isles in order to make sure.
Summer Isles?
Yes.
I think I know where that's at.
Maybe
Oh,
you could
good
be our
thing.
guide.
So does Lyostra.
Lyostra.
What?
Oh,
Our
Princess
guide.
Lyostra of the Summer Isles. Are you sure you know where you're at? Lyostra
Does she know how
says-
to go through the ravine in case?
She says, I roughly know where I'm at as soon as I get out of this ravine.
Can you take us out of the ravine, Fezzik? Away from the eye.
Okay.
What?
Well, yes, we'll technically be going away from the eye, but we can't go the opposite way to Tenar Port because I heard that they were able to double the guards there and kick out all of the elves. Who knows who's on that path?
Well, we want to go to Summer's Doubt.
Summer's Doubt. Okay. I know just the way.
Not past the eye.
Not.
And he kind of like gets a rumpled piece of paper and starts reading it.
Not into the eye.
Do we still have our map?
Yeah.
I think we could follow the map and get to Summer's Doubt on our own, don't you think?
Maybe.
Fezzik, we'd love for you to accompany us. I don't know what
I
your
will.
plans are, but
Listen, I'm the only one. Do you see this ravine here? You
Yeah.
guys are in it. Do you see a way out of here?
The end of
No.
it.
through the end of it.
Yes, that's where I'm gonna take you. It's way out of the way of the eye.
All right, I would
So
like to
we're going to
continue
keep going the direction we're going, right?
Yes.
But
Yeah,
Fezzik,
yeah,
will
yeah.
save your people.
Oh, who knows? Maybe they'll be just fine. Poor guys. Poor Plum. Oh, I'll miss them.
Okay.
Oh, I'm really depressed, everybody.
I think we have just gone through quite
Plum would have
a
rewarded me
predicament with
handsomely
these,
if he
with
knew
these
what I
ogres.
did to
Perhaps
Dire
we should
Hold.
sleep 2 more hours just to rest up so that my leg is not terrible and that we can heal
I agree. I
ourselves.
think we should rest for 2 more hours, get a full night's rest.
Yes.
Since we were woken up so rudely. And,
I can stand guard the whole time.
okay.
Okay.
So our supposed
Actually, you stand guard the whole time. I need to heal.
Okay. Yeah.
So, short rest from me?
Yep.
So
2-hour rest
we all
rest.
get all of our spell slots back.
all of our stuff.
Yep. And you guys heal half of the damage you took.
Does Cordelia still have that third
Half the
eye?
damage?
Yeah, she still has that.
Cordelia, I'm watching you closely, making sure that eye doesn't pop out of your
Well,
forehead.
it
She's
has-
watching us very closely, too.
My eyelids
I know.
are nothing like
But
But she
what
can't
Ogre's
see her
eyes.
own eye popping out of her forehead. But I'll be able to see it.
So, what's the deal with that eye, Cordelia?
I just
Yeah,
have,
explain.
I have wild magic sometimes. It's a little hard to control, and sometimes it does funny things when I cast spells.
Lyostra, does this look like
What a coincidence.
a bad eye, an
No,
ogre
there's
eye?
more of a purple hue to it. This has none of that.
Okay.
Although I was quite surprised. I've never seen that kind of magic where I am from.
Yes, well, you and me both.
Probably some weird half elf.
I've draw out my hand mirror and look at myself. And I shudder and put it away. Hopefully it goes away soon.
I hope so.
Just put some mascara on it.
Okay.
All right, so everybody's rested up.
What did that hurt?
You guys heal half of the hit points that you lost, whatever that it was.
Okay.
Okay.
And then we'd like to continue down our path.
All right. And Fezzik says,
Hey, can I get on your camel too, buddy? Rhogar?
Am I?
Cyphrus is already on the camel.
I think you can ride on mine.
All right, Elseisha.
hops on.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out if you were wanting to ride, because you said 2. So I was like, wait, you want to ride behind Cyphrus, who's behind me? And we're just like, 3 boys on a camel. Oh, let's go.
That's what I was thinking.
Okay, let's go.
Okay.
Camel, boys, camel.
Yeah, I like Elseisha's camel.
Okay.
Well, this is still going to be the boys' camel.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm going to tie you back up.
Why? I may need my arms in case if something happens.
I have advantage on perception. as we go
Promise.
I promise.
You pinky promise?
I pinky promise.
Okay, I won't tie you up.
Elseisha, we should go to the head of the caravan. Because I know the way out of these ravines.
That's true. We should.
Or I can get on Rhogar's steed.
That's all right.
All right, let's
We
go.
don't need Rhogar or Cyphrus being the head of the.
I've
their
been
not in
nothing
their
but
condition.
responsible.
He's been good. I
right,
don't know
so-
why you're hitting on him.
So,
You both have the tentacles in your heart, basically. I'm not
Okay.
gonna let you guys leave
so
this caravan.
Elseisha.
I have been pacified.
So Elseisha
Oh,
and
that's
Fezzik
true.
run out into the beginning of the caravan, and Fezzik starts like kind of humming softly to himself, and
Wait a sec, maybe we should
Okay, all right.
just in case.
Yeah, just in case. I just love to sing. And because of my fallen companions, but whatever.
and so
You're a terrible person.
So
Cordelia.
you guys get to the entrance of the the silver mines, and you guys see it on fire. There's rocks all like
So the
into
entrances are just, like,
into the
done.
entrances, and you see it's like scorch marks all over the place. You see dead goblins at the beginning of the tunnel. You see kind of like a green arm kind of like crushed by rocks.
Serves them right for being mean to those goblins.
That's probably where the
It was
gold
a
is.
goblin. It's
That's
a
a-
goblin hand.
Oh,
Is that where
I
the
thought it was an
silver
ogre arm.
was? Is that
Never
where
mind,
the
I
treasure
retract what I
was?
said.
Fezzik?
As far as I know, it was there.
I don't think it's worth digging around here.
Not yet. You
Yeah.
don't have any spells for moving heavy stuff, do you, Elseisha?
I go, Cyphrus, move that.
Nothing I can recall.
I go, I can't, bro. What are you talking about? Can I see if I see any treasure or maybe any indications that they may be treasure looking under some rubble? Or
Yes.
something like that. Alright.
I would like to look
A
as
perception
well.
check.
Alright.
Does Fezzik still have a scimitar?
Yeah.
Oh, 15.
You do not see anything. All right, cool. So you guys start passing away, going towards
My eye disappears.
the right. It disappeared. Okay.
It's only a minute.
Okay. You guys
I like you
are
better the other way.
the
I
ravine
do
walls
know when you
are
can talk.
getting smaller and smaller and smaller. You guys are able to see the sun rising and starting to make the
Beautiful.
rocks really red again. The sky kind of turns like a bluish haze, and the stars kind of start going away. And you guys seem to be going down into a canyon. And Fezzik is like,
Oh man, this is the worst part of it all.
What do you mean?
Why?
We're going into the canyon.
Why's that bad?
What does that mean, Fezzik?
Are we
Why
going
is
by
that
the
bad?
eye?
Well, listen, we're not going into the eye. I told you that.
We're not going near it, correct?
Well, we have to go through this canyon to get to the Red Mountains.
Yeah, I know where we're at. He's taking us right directly by the eye to get to those mountains. Aren't you,
Let's
Fezzik?
bind-
No.
Let's
no,
tie him up.
no,
Yes,
no, no,
I
no.
agree. Let's tie up Cyphrus.
The
I
eye is
agree.
back there.
No,
I promise.
no,
I
no.
promise,
I say
friends.
let's just not go this way.
We have to go this
we
way.
have to go this way.
Even if it's by the eye.
There's
Tie me
been
up
no-
then.
Okay, I'll tie him up
okay.
while we're
Bondage.
riding in a awesome athletic display.
And Fezzik starts saying,
Listen. You guys might see some scary things as we come out of the ravine, okay? Just stick with me and we'll be able to get to Summer's Down.
Scary things. What does that mean?
Just scary things.
I whisper to Rhogar, be ready to untie me.
I'm ready.
And as you guys are going out of the so Lyastra's like, oh, I know which things he speaks of.
What does he speak of, Lyostra?
We're going back to our old capital city.
What does that mean? Why is that bad?
Death
That's
of
where
the
the
elves.
that's where the ogres have their temple.
Oh. So the temple to the eye.
Perhaps we should be stealthy or find some way to be subtle as we move through here under cover of the rocks.
I know that my camel is a very stealthy camel.
Maybe we should leave our camels behind and walk.
How many days journey is it,
It's
Fezzik?
not.
It's about a day's journey.
It's about a day's journey.
Via camel or via foot?
Via camel.
How many days would it be via foot?
I've got short legs. I could climb on top of one of you, but you have a gnome who's tied up. 5?
I think we need to keep riding the camels.
I think so too.
All right.
All right. So you guys keep swaying. You guys are
Ready for
able to
battle.
see at the top of the ravine, the kind of the cliffs kind of go away, but you guys are on top of kind of a hill, and you notice down the hill is just like black and purplish, just like just soot everywhere, like blown up houses, and you're able to kind of see the red ravine just kind of like trail off to your right, and you're able to see kind of like a crater that goes in deeper, and you see small tentacles popping out of the crater, but that's 15, 20 miles away, but they're big ass tentacles.
Was that where we were?
That would be where
The eye was?
The eye was, yeah.
So that's where we were before. How you feeling, Cyphrus?
I feel just fine.
No voice.
I'm not getting any impulses. No.
Does he
No.
seem
No
normal
voices.
to me, TM?
Yeah, he
He
seems
seems
normal.
normal? Okay.
And then you're
And
able
then
to
I
see.
whisper to Rhogar, "Let me." I'm just kidding.
So you're able to see a road that kind of leads into like just more like blown up houses, and you're able to see like a giant temple-like thing with a domed roof that looks like there's an eye painted on the top of the roof, and then you can see kind of like up ahead like you can see kind of like a caravan of goblins. You can see a caravan of goblins being led by ogres, and Fezzik says,
Hey guys, huddle in. And then kind of, those might be our friends. Plum? Huh?
How many ogres are there?
he checks.
5?
I think we can kill 5 ogres.
5 ogres is a
Pheasant,
lot.
do we have any TNT anywhere near the temple?
Good question.
Not that
Boom
I'm
bang
aware-
this thing. I hate looking
Not
at
that
that
I'm
eye.
aware of.
And
Is this
he looks at Rhogar again.
Rhogar, you can have a whole army. You all can have a whole army of goblins at your beck and order. Could you imagine if you free all the goblins that are going to be sacrificed in that temple?
And Lyostra kind of scoffs and says, an army of idiots.
But loyal idiots. Those are the best kind of idiots.
Are the elves still harboring goblins?
And she says yes, but we would never ever let them onto the Summer Isles.
What about Summer's Doubt?
We have some there.
Would these be welcome in Summer's Doubt?
Sure.
I'm concerned that further sacrificing these goblins would empower the ogres even more. We have to kill them and free the goblins.
Well, I
Kill
thought
the
he meant
ogres?
kill the goblins for a second. We have to kill them and sacrifice them so that the ogres can't sacrifice them. So here's my plan.
I do think we should do that.
I think we
Kill
should
the
save
ogres.
them so that they can mine the silver mine for us and get all the treasure.
There you go.
If there's only 5, I'm on board.
How
There's 5
far
ogres,
away
right?
is the caravan from the actual temple?
They are probably a mile away, and they're like 5 miles from you guys. You guys are only able to see them because you're on top of a hill.
Okay, this is the worry then. There's almost, there are going to be more ogres in that temple, right?
Yes, for sure.
What? There's going to be more ogres in that temple. So the issue is, if we're getting in within a mile of the temple, we have to kill those 5. Then we would have to kill whatever ogres come out of said temple. We don't have dynamite or TNT.
That's true.
We'll ambush all of them.
But they don't have to know that we're not their friends.
once we kill the 5 ogres?
Well,
How will they even know they're dead?
Ooh, I have an idea. We could pretend that Fezzik is a slave that we're bringing to the ogres to sacrifice them.
But then we still have
That
to...
could get us past the guards.
But then we're in the temple.
and then we have all of the goblins who are going to be sacrificed on our side.
And then we
But
kill
we,
all the
would,
ogres.
but we would have to free them, and we'd have to give them weapons.
There could be gold in
You
that.
said
temple.
goblins need weapons.
There could be gold in the temple.
It's almost
There'd be
certainly
lots of
gold in that
gold.
temple.
Lots of gold.
So you guys want to go into another ogre stronghold, but this time without any dynamite. So we won't be able to dodge a boss fight.
Well,
Can we sneak past
well,
them?
in that case, we wouldn't be able to accidentally blow ourselves up as well. So
Well,
that's
listen,
why not having dynamite.
Listen, I may be a dumb goblin. I'm not the smartest one.
I don't know, Fezzik.
But,
You strike me as very clever.
thank you, Cyphrus. Listen, but I am good at camouflage.
True.
I got
That's
you
the
guys
key.
into that, the dire
That
hole.
is true, Fezzik.
But we were getting into Dire Hold because we had rockets to blow up Dire Hold.
That's true.
Now we're just going into the temple to go into the temple and try to free all the goblins without any...
Fezzik's point is that he got us in, and if he got us in, he could get us out.
I
There's
got
a
out.
mission freeing the goblins, Rhogar.
I got out
Does
twice
he care
in the dire
about
hole.
leading an army of goblins?
An army of goblins.
Who will mine for you all that gold and silver and treasure in the silver mines?
Wow, that's a lot.
You'll be
of
a better
goblins.
fighter afterwards, Rhogar.
What if,
Rhogar, I am a little cash
Oh.
poor at the moment. I don't know about you.
I have a question. Fezzik, would you be able to find your friend, what's his name, Zippo? Zippy?
Zippy.
Zippy? The other
Zippity.
goblin that we saved?
Oh, Zed.
Zed, yeah.
No, sorry, Zippy. Zed was the one that was blown up by her.
Oh,
My
okay.
bad.
So Zippy. Zippy said he was running off to find the rest of the goblins, right?
Yeah.
Would you
want
be-
to turn around the caravan?
If I give you a camel, would you be able to find him, find the rest of the goblins, arm them, and come attack this temple?
The only problem I see with that is that they were killing all the goblins in the tunnels. I don't know if Zippy exactly is finding more goblins. I think he's running away. That's what I think.
Every
I would
goblin
like
for
gold.
himself?
Okay,
But I
so
also don't want Cyphrus over here to be possessed.
I'm not possessed.
this temple
I mean,
is still
I'm not going to be
15
further
miles away
possessed
from the eye.
by
The
temple.
temple's still 15 miles away from the eye.
If anything, we have to stop this dark magic, which means stopping the
Okay,
sacrificial
Mr.
rituals.
Noble Gnome.
Lyostra,
Noble Gnome.
do the elves care about the sacrifices going on here? What is
Yes,
your...
we actually try to stop them.
You try to stop them, so you
Yes.
would be...
Any sensible person
Would you
will
help
want to
us and
stop
aid
them.
us in stopping these
course.
sacrifices?
Will we get a bigger reward if we destroy this temple?
If you destroy the eye, my people would be eternally indebted to you.
Destroy
What about the
eye?
temple? Will we get like a couple days of indebtedness for
Yeah.
destroying the temple?
Couple
I don't know if we
weeks.
can guarantee that we're taking out the deity, but we might be able to take out the
As long
temple.
as you bring me back safely, I'm sure there would be a great reward for you all.
But that we could do that without destroying the temple.
True.
Yeah,
we
maybe-
endanger her if we attack the
Fezzik,
temple.
we will come back later and free everyone.
Well,
Whoa,
it's
whoa,
still
whoa,
on the
whoa,
table.
whoa,
Let's
whoa.
discuss
If we
it.
come back later, everybody's already
We're
gonna
still
be
going, right? We're
sacrificed.
still
Just
like our
saying.
camels. As we're talking, we're just like camel, camel, camel.
Everybody's gonna be sacrificed by the time we get back. There will be no goblins.
Are we catching up
Let's
to the
just
goblin
say-
caravan?
So the view of everything gets kind of like lowered and lowered as you guys are going at the lower elevation. You guys are able to see kind of like the red mountains and the pass that goes into them. They're very much fortified with ogres at the moment, from what you guys can see. At least looks like an ogre's like gate.
What?
Anyway, but there's a path that goes in the mountains, and then there's another path that goes towards the sea. And Lyostra says, "Well, that would be Sol Drak. We could possibly take a ship there."
Well, let's go to Soul Track.
And then Fezzik says,
Listen. The gnome over here and I also heard that they were destroying Soldrak. That's what I heard. That
Let's
they were
not go to
sieging.
Soul Track.
That's all I gotta say. They're trying to kick all of the elves off of here right now.
How close are we to the caravan now?
"You're probably like 3 miles away.
How close is the caravan to the temple now?
Probably half a mile."
Lyostra, my concern is if they're kicking all the elves off the isle, we won't be able to get off the isle ourselves.
not unless we destroy them.
You think we're gonna kill all the ogres on
I think-
Sapphire Island?
If
No,
for
but I think it'd be nice
sure-
to have a goblin army with
For
us.
sure, if Soul Drac is being besieged, which it is a lot harder, it is a lot easier to get to than Summer's Doubt, we'll have to sneak our way into the docks somehow. If the docks are still there.
If they're still there.
I think we need to rescue the goblins.
Fine.
I think we do too.
I'm fine getting gold.
Ah, my bonehead
If
friend
Cyphrus
is
goes-
now noble in thinking.
If Cyphrus goes crazy, not my fault.
I cut Cyphrus out of his ropes.
Everything's fine.
And I scare Cordelia. Did you say crazy?
I smack him.
As she smacks him, I smack my camel and I start galloping towards the caravan.
I deserve that.
All right.
Camels
so,
don't gallop very gracefully though, so it's...
Yeah.
All right. So we're heading there. What do we see, DM?
Whoa!
Should we be stealthy? Are there? Do we?
Can we be stealthy?
Let's go, let's make Fezzik a slave.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah,
go
let's-
with that plan.
Fezzik, we're going to
Yeah.
bind you up, but it's not going to be real. We're going to pretend you're a slave. Can you do that?
I can pretend what I am very well.
Okay.
We're going with my plan.
Yeah.
Just say it was a good plan, Rhogar.
We don't know yet. We'll find out.
Once we've
True.
completed the mission, we'll give you that honor of saying that it's.
Okay, so you guys are going very quickly towards them. You guys are gaining on them. They seem to be going very, very slow. You see like a long line of goblins. There's about 30 of them, and there's about 5 ogres. They're now like they're a quarter of a mile to the temple at this point. And you guys are able to catch up to the ogre that's guarding the rear. And he says, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, whoa!" And he's riding on a rhinoceros, and he says, "What? Who goes there?"
Oi, good ogre. I'm Rhogar.
Oi,
I'm Rhogar.
what brings you here to our temple?
Well, we're bringing a goblin to your temple. I thought this was the Eye's temple.
Yeah.
Don't you see my friend here? Do you
Yeah.
see his forehead?
We brought another goblin to sacrifice.
Do you see his forehead?
The ogre goes up next to you and kind of like, "What?"
Yeah. We're emissaries of the Eye. And you know it's...
You brought another goblin with you.
That's
Yes.
The more
Turn him in.
sacrifices, the better.
Pour a snack. Hand him over here.
Okay,
We've been
yeah,
instructed.
Cordelia, why don't you go ahead and hand him over?
And Fezzik looks at you and his eyes are really big.
Is
think you're
the
with me.
ogre looking away from me now?
Yeah.
Is he reaching out an arm?
I'd like to say to the ogre, I would like to keep him to make a personal sacrifice to the eye.
Excuse me.
Go and
He's
roll
gonna
up.
be my sacrifice.
You're bound to.
Fezzik is sitting with me, correct, DM?
Go ahead and roll
Still on my
a
camel?
persuasion check.
Oh yeah, Fezzik is on your
He's in
camera.
my goblin.
13?
13. Yes. You are able to. He says, "All right, well, if he's your personal sacrifice," and he kind of looks at Lyostra, who has a hood up now, kind of like covering up that she's an elf. He says, "Oh, what a slender maiden you have over there in the rear. Interesting." And
She
he,
has deadly powers, and she accompanies us in order to take out any goblins who cross our path.
a deadly mage to take out goblins seems a bit overkill to me.
You never know with this rebellion that's been happening lately.
We put down this rebellion.
Yes, that I applaud you for it. Very well done.
Anyway, so he kind of like gruffs, he gets back to his position. He's like, "You can go up the ranks if you want to the temple. I'm sure you'll be welcome there."
And I say, I'll see you later, ogre.
And he kind of chuckles to himself.
I would like to send a message to the rest of my party, all of them, and say they can only respond to me. And I would like to say, what the hell are we doing now?
I say back to her, I was about to chop that ogre's arm off.
I still can.
Well, I'm kind of lost the element of surprise here.
I'd like to say to Cordelia, perhaps you should shoot this ogre in the back of the head with something. Can you do it stealthily?
No.
Can I whisper to Cyphrus, can you jump onto the back of his rhino and just start stabbing him? and
Stab him in
then
the
start
back of the
riding the
skull.
rhino into all the other rhinos of the ogres?
Are you guys still following the caravan?
Yeah,
Yes.
we're riding next
Okay,
to him with them.
so
And then I whisper, do you want me to?
Yes.
And I saddle back
Alright.
up to that guard and I go,
Alright.
you know what, friend? I've never sacrificed a goblin before.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was wondering, is there a certain technique to it?
We're almost close to the temple at
I
this
jump
point.
on his and then you said stab the
Stab him in the
ogre?
back of the head.
Yeah. Yeah, I just start going crazy with my daggers. I'm like,
Roll.
My eye's better than yours. You did this to me.
While he's doing that, I would like to.
I hate you for this.
Roll a dexterity check.
I'd like to cast blessing on all three of my friends.
No.
would it be acrobatics? Because I'm jumping on
It's
to it.
still dexterity.
All right, but dexterity acrobatics.
He said dexterity.
I said dexterity check.
Can you
Alright.
have that? Can you have the acrobatics?
I rolled a
He's gonna
7.
need it.
I mean, if we're right next to it.
I would like to shoot my firebolts at him.
Let's see
I
what's
like
Whoa, 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 whoa! I may be on you. You may hit me and roast me like you did that goblin.
Roll it.
We gotta.
Yeah, you can have an acrobatics check.
I like to cast
All right.
blessing while he's doing this. Oh, and it is
At
time
it?
for our intermission.
All right. Well, on that note.
We need that intermission.
Wait on bated breath.
All right, we are going to take a 10-minute break really quick. Yeah, thanks everybody for commenting, and I did force my whole entire family to play this game with me.
The best part is he's not the oldest one here.
Mics are still live. Cameras are dead.
Welcome back, everybody. We just left off on our half dice adventure with Cyphrus jumping on to an ogre's back and attempting to stab it.
Double daggers in his neck.
My friend here rolled a 9 on the acrobatics check. So this is what happened. Cyphrus jumps off and lands face first into the rhino's butt, and he slides off.
What?
And the ogre kind of like looks inquisitively at him, and he kind of looks at Rhogar. He's like, gnomes are such weird creatures.
Especially this one. He's very passionate about the eye. Just gets very excited.
You're bound up, right? Or he's not bound up?
I cut
caught me.
him off for you a while ago.
Okay.
Imagine.
You're now on the ground. What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna run and I'm gonna crawl. Whose camel should I jump on? Or I mean,
DM didn't ask me,
wait, right? No, dinosaurs are tall. I run and I
It's
try
a
to.
rhinoceros.
Rhinoceros. Yeah, dinosaurs are tall.
What?
What?
If you don't choose in 5 seconds, the caravan
No, wait.
already.
I'm run and I'm gonna try to be like, Rhogar, that stupid eye flew me off the camel.
Okay, I help him back up.
Okay, so you guys are now almost at the temple's gates at this point. You see the ogre at the very far end of the caravan at the front. He seems to have a goblin kind of bound to his rhinoceros, and you can see the goblin kind of like limping along. You see a lot of like black and bruising on him. You can see like a rib popped out too, like they were trying to like torture him. And you're able to recognize that it is Plum, but he's still like barely breathing. He's just kind of getting hit by the rocks as he's going along.
I like to make eye contact with my party and widen my eyes.
Wait, so just so
He's being dragged right
being
now.
Instead of
He's
making
not
eye
on top
contact
of-
with
No,
you,
he's
I
like
make
on the
eye
bottom.
contact with where your third eye used to be.
Okay, so you guys are now at the temple gate.
And
you see a lot of ogres. Yeah,
What are the goblins bound with? Like, is it rope?
just rope.
It's just rope.
Just rope. Yeah.
How many goblins are there? And
30.
30? How many ogres are there?
5, but now you guys are at the gate, and there seems to be like a lot of ogre priests there. There seems to be, and it's this great big gate. You see the drawing of the eye on top of the dome is actually like goblins mixed with elves, kind of all pinned to the roof.
Well, that's
of the
gross.
dome. And you see
Yeah.
the gates kind of like opening up a little bit. You see just a ton of goblins in there. It seems like they just finished killing their last elf sacrifice. You can see him kind of like flayed up on the ground, ready to get burned for the eye. And then an ogre guard kind of like looks at you guys, and he's riding on a rhinoceros. He says,
What are you fleshies here doing?
To sacrifice to the eye.
and the ogre that was talking to you last says,
Yeah, they're here to give a personal sacrifice. And this fellow over here seems to have the blessing of the eye.
Oh, I most certainly do. I most certainly do. Sacrificing goblins, elves. I like sacrificing elves. They're my favorite.
I've never seen a blessing of the eye on a gnome before. Quite peculiar.
I know. The eye picked me. I'm something special, right? I'm very special.
He's an emissary to the gnomes. To spread the eyes. Influence.
Mhm.
Eye
Very
influence.
interesting.
I'm very receptive.
Well, we would probably like to speak to you personally then.
Oh, okay.
Would you be willing to speak to our high priest? He will be very, very interested in talking to you.
Maybe after my sacrifice.
Okay.
it deepens my connection with the eye.
Interesting.
Yes.
So,
All
DM,
right.
how many ogres do we now perceive that were officially here at the temple?
There's
How
at
many
least
have come out
there's at least like 15 in the temple at the
that we
moment
can see?
that you can see.
And what is the temple made of?
Just like it's made out of like obsidian pillars again.
No.
There's
No, not wood.
not wood or anything like that. It's a very, very sturdy structure. It seems to be.
Ogres built it. It's gonna be sturdy, bro.
How many goblins are there inside that are free? Any free?
There's
All tied up?
There's like hundreds all tied up.
Hundreds?
There's not hundred. Maybe 100. Maybe 100. Yeah.
And there's
a lot
like
of them.
15 ogres?
Did we see how big the temple was?
It's huge. It's a massive temple. Just at the front gate, there was 15 ogres, plus the 5 that were carrying the rebellion into the temple.
So 20 ogres that we can see.
Yeah, you can
that are
see
visible
right
to
now.
us.
Yeah.
And the structure of the temple, just to get a better idea, is it like rectangle?
It's a huge rectangular temple, and then in the center of the rectangle, there seems to be kind of like a pit where they have a fire, and they seem to hoist. There's a rope that seems to be connected to the dome of the temple, and every time they do a sacrifice, they dip it in the fire and they kind of hoist it up so that it's kind of on fire, and then while the object dies or the creature dies.
Okay.
Are there any rooms leading off that we can see? Or is it just the one room? It's like all one room?
It's just one room. It's one giant room.
Okay, so there's nothing else, and there's just the 15.
20.
20 ogres?
Yeah, as far as you can tell. Yeah.
Wow.
I'm so glad we didn't attack them beforehand. Then
I'm
they would
not.
have known.
Hopefully you're saying that.
We could have taken out 5.
I'd like
Had
to...
30
Are we still on our
goblins.
camels inside?
Yeah, you're able to mount up inside.
I would like to dismount off of my camel.
So there's no like rooms or anything that
No, it's just
other ogres
it's
could be hiding.
just but you guys do see like stairways going up into several layers, and the layers seem to have like banisters so that people can like watch and kind of observe the sacrificing.
I'd like to stare at Cordelia until she feels compelled to say something to me in my mind.
I would like to whisper to Elseisha and say, I think that we should go up onto the banisters and start shooting down at all the ogres. We're
Yes.
undercover.
I think perhaps we should have Cyphrus, because he has the eyeball, use himself as a distraction, go in, talk to the high priest, and then that way he is infiltrated into their sacred of sacred places. I think that's our best bet. I don't think that we're going to be able to manhandle these people. I think we're going to have to outwit them.
I'm going to repeat that message to both of them.
Okay. Just as you guys kind of are talking about that, you guys are able to see kind of like ogre priests kind of like take some of the dead bodies of the sacrifice, and they start, they go to the back of the room where it's kind of dimly lit, and for some reason it starts to be a little bit more, and you see just this giant hulking behemoth at the end, and this is a huge thing, and it's mostly like bones, but they seem to be like kind of flaying the skins of their captives and starting to piece this giant thing back together again.
Is it alive?
Is it an ogre?
You guys cannot tell. You guys thought it was a statue when you first got in here.
What shape is it? Does it look like an ogre?
It looks like a huge ogre, except it's more of a looking like a cyclops. It's as big as a cyclops. It's huge.
Oh, okay.
Are there any chandeliers held up on the ceiling or anything like that? What's lighting this place?
There seem to be like just. It seems to be mostly the light from the dome. The dome on further inspection seems to be made out of some kind of obsidian glass, where it's able to get the light from the outside and kind of shine through the rest of the temple.
Would you say the decor is more rustic or mid-modern century?
Oh my goodness, stop.
It's more of a modern kind of volcano-ish kind of thing.
That makes sense.
Are there the
Very
goblins
popular
all
on
in the
Pinterest.
middle? Are they along the walls? Are they kind of like scattered? Are they organized?
What is
The goblins.
the
captive
goblins are just going to a straight line to the middle of the
in the middle of the room.
yeah, to be sacrificed.
Interesting. Is there anything that we could topple down on any of the?
There are pillars holding up the ledges of where the banisters are, and seem to be holding up parts of the roof of the temple.
I would like to, since I'm dismounted, I would like to start walking up the stairs to the banister, and I'd like to whisper the same message to Lynestra, have her accompany me. Cyphrus.
Can we tell where the high priest is?
Yeah, can we see the high priest anywhere?
No, he's nowhere to be found at the moment. So he might be on the second level or the third level.
Can I turn to the guard and ask? You said you wanted. I'm the minder, if you will. The eye speaks to him, and he's not as concerned with our plane of existence, aside for sacrifices. Where should I bring him to meet the high priest?
I can take you there if you want to.
I think he wants to make the sacrifice first. Is there anywhere that we should take him after that? Should I just find you? Like,
Where is your sacrifice? I can take you there immediately to sacrifice if you'd like.
The Fezzik is on our companion's camel. Where Elseisha? Where's Elseisha? Where are you with the sacrifice?
Here I am.
Well, come bring.
So should we sacrifice first, and then I can take you to the high priest?
I think you should go visit the high priest
I think
now,
so
and
as
the
well.
rest of us will wait here.
Oh,
with
and
the
guard the
Yeah.
sacrifice?
Cyphrus, as passionate as you are about sacrificing, perhaps if the high priest has any advice for you, that you might want to take that in first.
Roll a charisma check for the guard.
Me?
Can I assist?
Yeah, you both can assist. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Well,
She rolled a critical fail.
why am I using charisma on him? He's barely listening.
So the ogre says, "Quiet down, fool! Don't you see he's blessed by the eye? In fact, where are you from?
Where am I from?
Yes. Where's your whole party from?
It doesn't matter where they're from. They accompany me, and they help me collect sacrifices to further my connection with the eye, to deepen my connection.
Oh, and we're covered in blood right now.
Yes.
Because from the battle earlier. So I feel like, as he's doing this, I'm just like, yes, sacrifices.
This is my boneheaded slave.
And his
He helps.
bones I sacrifice. Bones
Like,
I look at the ogre and I say, none of us here have any ties to our past. We're only focused on the future, which is this gnome here.
you know, in fact, I may be getting something. That eye's telling me something about ogres.
The
I'm just going to ignore that.
I'd like to
Just where's my
surreptitiously
sacrifice?
continue to sneak up the staircase.
Where's my sacrifice?
with Lynestra.
You ogres don't happen to
Lyostra.
sacrifice ogres, do you?
No, we do not sacrifice ogres.
What if the eye told you to?
Then of course we would have to.
Alright. Right now, the eye is telling me if I don't get my sacrifice, an ogre may need to be sacrificed today.
The eye.
I think maybe you should talk to the high priest then.
Where's the high priest?
Like I said.
And I'm very short and I can't see above all these ogres, but Bonehead, pick me up and help me find the high priest.
Of my eyes. I put him on my shoulders.
The ogre kind of like waves over like a couple of other guards and say, "We will take this precious cargo onto the eye, and you four can wait here."
I go where the eye goes.
He accompanies me.
Very well.
I am his feet. He is my eye.
Very well, you can come with us as well. I suggest the rest of the party waits behind. Though.
We shall wait.
Are you still trying to go up the staircase?
She said from up to the second level.
I'll
Yes.
stay here with the train of goblins.
Lyostra and I are halfway up the staircase.
Is there some kind of like stealth or?
Yeah, we were being sneaky while we were
You
doing
didn't
it.
just like walk up the second step.
No, we were kind
Couch
of like
to watch?
hiding behind the banister.
Here, go roll a stealth check. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Why didn't you just walk? People watch the. Okay. You can
18.
Sneak yourself.
Great.
Sneak. Yeah, sneak everywhere. Sneaky sneak.
You and Lyostra were able to successfully sneak your way up to the second level while they were all talking.
Go
What's
ahead. I was gonna say, do I see any doors or anything up here?
You see there that there's a hallway that leads, that there's a couple of rooms that go into them, but then you also see that it's kind of covered with ogres. They're kind of like use that place as like lodging of some sort, and then there's also kind of
Go back down.
there's stairs going up further into the 3rd level.
Oh, interesting. Okay. So how many ogres do I see in these other rooms?
There's 3.
3? Okay. So there's 23 ogres total in this place. That is great. Just great. I'm going to message and tell all of them the same thing.
Okay.
23 ogres.
Are you going up the 3rd flight of stairs?
Yes.
Okay, so you go up to the 3rd flight of stairs, and this ledge seems to be much, much bigger. There seems to be a lot of incense in the room. You see almost like a bunch of ogres with robes. There's about 10 ogres here, and there seems to be an ogre that's bigger than the rest. He has really elegant robes on. He has only one eye, and he definitely looks more of a cyclops than an ogre. But he's as big as an ogre.
I would like to go back down the stairs stealthily and run and tell them the same thing.
Okay.
While I'm running down the stairs.
As you're running down stealthily, nobody detects you or anything like that. But you do hear that some of the ogres say that they smell elves, and they were very peculiar to why that they're smelling elves because they sacrificed the last one.
Like they burnt it up already?
Yeah.
Okay, Lyostra, I think you and I need to leave. So I'm gonna grab Lyostra by the arm and you.
Question, Cordelia, with your spell where you're able to tell us things in our brain, are you able to like emit thoughts and like?
No, just word messages, verbal
just word
messages.
Okay, I can think back to her, right?
Yeah, and I'm telling you.
I want to think back to her. Hey, get your minor illusion ready because we're about to mess with their whole religion.
All right, keep in mind that my minor illusion isn't very minor.
What is your minor illusion?
I can create a sound or image of an object within range that lasts for the duration. The illusion also ends if you dismiss it.
Yep.
It can be a voice, someone else's voice, a lion's roar, beating of drums, or any other sound. Or it can be an image of an object that can't take up more than 5 feet, and it can't be like a person or something.
Are you going to admit what Rhogar has said to all of us?
Yeah.
Okay, so then I would like to respond back to you that I have disguised self, which means that I can, as long as a creature has the same basic limb setup, I can disguise myself as maybe perhaps the ogre high priest. And if you're able to accompany me with your... We could do something to mess with them.
We don't want to.
How big? Would an ogre be too big?
We don't want two high priests.
How many going to become the high priest?
We don't want two. Then what's the original high priest gonna think? Like when he
How
sees
is
that high
anyone
priest.
gonna know that he's the original high priest?
Yeah.
The
How big
high,
are-
he
what's
has.
the
He'll just
average
use some
height for
eye
an ogre?
magic.
It's like 12 feet. 12 to 10 feet.
All right.
So you said limb setup. Can you be bigger with the
I can
same?
be a foot taller.
You could be about half
mini,
the size. Yeah.
a mini ogre.
Could you be an eyeball with 4 tentacles?
It has like this. It have to be a human set of tentacles. I don't think so.
That's
Hey, it's me. Hey, it's me, your friendly eyeball.
What's up, everybody?
Okay, so I'm on the 2nd floor. I would like to creep back down to the 1st floor and wait. And drag Lyostra with me. What?
Okay, so you're going down to the 1st floor now?
No, I'm staying on the 2nd floor.
You're staying on the 2nd
Yes.
floor. Okay,
Because I caught a wink from Rhogar down below.
No, my thinking like, I need you. You need to find where we're going and come help us.
So
Basically what I'm telling you, okay?
you guys are able to like hide on the ledge as you see Cyphrus, Rhogar, and 3 other ogres kind of like showing them the way to the high priest, and they do not detect you, and they're going up to the 3rd floor.
Okay.
So
Dude,
you
I
and
can't
Lyostra
contain this.
can now go down to the 1st floor.
I'd like to follow them. Sneakily.
Okay. Okay. Okay, so they go up and they're now on the 3rd floor, and you guys see again the hall that she was able to see, all of the incense, and the ogre guard kind of says, "We need to speak to the high priest," and all eyes are on you guys now, and you guys are now on the 3rd floor. Are you following still?
Yeah, we're sneaking up the stairs behind him.
Are you
Okay.
telling me what's happening?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd like to respond to Cordelia in one of your messages that you send me and tell you that perhaps if you can tell Cyphrus and Rhogar if they can I don't know, create a diversion, then perhaps the ogres who are outside will go inside, and I can free some of these goblins. If anyone has any other better plans, let me know.
I'm passing on everything to them.
Okay.
And I say back, how is Elseisha going to free goblins by herself when there are quite literally dozens of ogres?
Just then, Fezzik kind of like starts wiggling over to you, bound, and says,
Hi. I don't want to be sacrificed if you don't mind.
I don't want you to be sacrificed either.
Good, I'm glad we're on the
Fezzik,
same page.
is there a language that goblins speak and only goblins?
Not really.
Not really? Okay.
We're not well educated.
Alright.
They
Being
speak
slaves.
Undercommon, but I imagine so do the ogres.
I don't speak Undercommon. Alright, well, we're working on it, Fezzik, and I...
He and I do.
I would...
How about this? Here's the plan. You let me go, and I'll start cutting all the ropes. Sneakily.
Are there ogres watching us right now?
Yes.
I'm asking DM, sorry.
yes, there are.
How many?
There's like 3 keeping an eye on you guys.
If she
Okay.
cuts out, then she may need to be.
Alright. So I would like to communicate back and forth with her. Are you telling me all this?
Yes.
So I would like to say, I can shoot fire bolts from up here at all the ogres while you free them all.
What the?
What?
Just to
This has
remind
to-
you that the only level that can see to the main
Is
room
the second one?
is the third one. The
Oh.
second one is closed. It's more of a hallway with like rooms going into it.
And just to remind you, there's ogres on your level.
And
You're
Yeah, I'm
at
going
fire.
back up
That's-
to the third
what is it?
level.
The only way this can probably work is some kind
You
of
were
assassination.
with us.
Yeah, I know, but I went back down. I went back up again. Go ahead.
Are we in the? Are
The
we in
only
the
way this
room?
is gonna work is
So I'd
if
like to communicate
we
with Cordelia and tell
think
Cordelia.
of something and not be very
Cordelia,
ra-
I think I have a plan, and I need you to be prepared to kill some ogres, if that's what it comes down to. So wherever you need to be for vantage point of seeing this.
Okay, just then,
High priest.
the high priest ogre says, "My name is Lokdrak, the slayer of many of these summer elves.
Lokdrak of the eye.
The human can wait here. I wish to speak with the elf. I'm sorry, the
elf?
The gnome.
I
wish-
spit on the elves.
I am Cyphrus, and I cannot take my bone-headed slave with me. After all, he is my feet.
You
He
see-
is my eye.
You see his eye start turning gold, and it grabs you, and it takes you up almost telepathically, and drags you up into the air, and it slaps like you plop down on his lap. And he
Gentle.
gently, and he begins to caress your head. He's like, "Let me see what the eye has to store for you."
My eye?
And so you're
my
like
God.
way in the
Like how far away?
You're 15 feet away.
And I look at Rhogar with a slightly concerned look on my face.
What do you want me to do, man?
So there's now 14 ogres in
Oh
the
my
room,
goodness.
just so everybody knows.
Oh gosh.
And Lodrak begins to brush your bangs out of the way of your forehead, and he begins to smile, and he
Lodrak
starts
is-
to take a long fingernail and start to etch out the last part of the eye on your forehead.
Why is this always happening to me? Your fault, your fault, your fault.
Blame us? Who was it that looked at the eye in the
Whose
first place?
plan was this?
I thought we were gonna go and have minor illusions
So,
and make the ogres sacrifice
While
each
this
other.
is going on, while Cyphrus is thinking about the fact that he's not going to have an
How
eye,
do they say
I would like to say to Fezzik, I'm sorry
Yeah.
for what I'm about to do to you. And then I punch Fezzik in the face and I say, "You ungrateful little goblin thing!" And so then I would say, "Look at you, you're messing up your bindings. Let me retie them." So then I retie them,
And all the
but
ogres
he's able to.
are curious, and they end up looking away.
And so I retie them to where it's not a real knot, but it looks like it is. And I kick him in the stomach and then say, "How dare you!" And then I go to his face and I, with tight lips, say, "Now, for yourself, free the rest of the goblins."
And
Grateful. And then I smack him again.
and Fezzik says,
I'll get in the line. I'll get in the line.
Get in the line, Fezzik.
"Okay, so
And back here, I pull my head away and I say,
you can't. You can't
can't?
pull your head away.
I'm paralyzed.
Yes, he's still he.
Well, then
he,
I could say
he has your hand. He has his hand like around your neck and the back of your head, and he's very 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 strong. So you can't move very easily.
And I say, are you sure you want to do this?
I'm releasing your blessing.
My blessing may be too much for you to handle.
Nonsense. And you can see his eye open up wider.
I hate this.
And you can see the flaps of skin on your forehead start to
This is
slowly come out. And you're in agonizing pain. You can see like purple veins kind of like trickle down your... and just you can kind of see like, almost like wormy veins all along.
Bro. You're spiking the mic, Nick. The microphone audio level is going as red as your face.
I'm in pain!
Meanwhile, Fezzik is beginning to stealthily untie a lot of his goblin compatriots. Anyway, so back to this. He opens up his eye, and there's a giant eye that takes up most of your forehead at this point. And he puts his eye next to your eye, and you can see his eye, and his mouth is just on your nose, just kind of breathing on you. It's kind of hard to breathe. There's so much noxious, disgusting ogre breath just filling up your nose right now.
I think to Cordelia, tell Cyphrus to think really, really hard about how the ogres take the eye for granted and they're not giving him enough ogre blood.
I translate this.
Okay. Yeah, need more ogre blood. More ogre blood.
So you begin to start hearing like voices communicating back and forth between each other, and you can hear, you can feel like the thighs of Lodrak kind of like quiver in delight just underneath you.
What?
Lodrak is a pervert.
and
That's always happened to you, bro.
you hear like Lodrak talking to something in your head, but unfortunately everything's kind of muffled and words are being spun really quickly. What you can hear is that there's some kind of scheme hatching between what's inside of you and Lodrak, and you can see a grin on Lodrak's face just get wider and wider, and all of your
This guy's ogre blood.
and you're almost like forced to give up your memories of ever since you got into Tanan Port until now. You see Lyostra kind of like pop up in your head. You can see her elven ears and her golden hair. You see Cordelia with her elven ears as well.
Cordelia.
And you can hear Lodrak saying in your head, "Oh, how delightful!" And he sets you down and he says, "Rhogar, you all seem to be wanting to get to the Summer Isles. Is that right?"
For the eye.
Very well.
Sacrifice
And
elves.
Lodrak kind of like stands up and
Can he tell that all of this was taken from him? Does he?
Yeah, you can tell,
But we
you
don't
guys
know. We don't know.
Can Cyphrus?
I mean, I probably
when Cordelia
can
sends
deduce,
him a
right?
message, is he able to tell?
I still
Cordelia?
I've been sending him messages, but he hasn't been responding to me, right?
No.
So I'm like, Cyphrus, are you there?
I just keep thinking ogre blood.
Lodrak says, "You seem to be very, very fond of salt or plum, or let's go downstairs, shall we?" So he begins to go downstairs, and
Do I hear thumps?
Yeah.
I take Lyostra and run down to the first floor.
I'd like to say to one of the ogre guards in front of me, "Hey, ogre! How come I never see any ogre ladies around here?"
We don't keep them at the temple.
Well, where do you keep them at?
Separate
tend-
one from work. Smart idea.
They tend to be at our
Oh, what?
They
this.
They tend to be at the ports. We keep them at the ports, safe from harm's way.
And where do you keep your ogre children?
No
At the ports
distractions.
as well. Anyway, so Lodrak kind of like picks you up and kind of like is cradling you as a baby.
Curse this small statue.
And
Stature.
and he kisses the eye, and you can see like there's like eye fluid kind of like coming into his lips, but your forehead closes. But there you can still see the slits of where the eye was.
I'd like to message him and say, "What the hell is going on?"
I tell her what happened.
Did-
I'm like, I don't know.
Did he read my memories or what? Like,
Yes, you
Yes.
know that. Yes, and
Wait,
you
yes.
know that. I'd like to
But do they
message
know that?
Elseisha and be like,
Do they
something
know
has
that?
gone horribly wrong.
The guy called me by name, so I feel like I can
Oh, yeah.
probably infer that, right?
You infer that he knows.
Didn't he say about the summer hours?
Yeah,
I have
yeah.
to say to
So you think he
Cordelia-
knows?
Cordelia, perhaps we should just blow this place up.
I think so. So I would like to shoot.
There's like
Well,
40
no.
ogres.
Not
There's
always a
40.
solution
There's
to
40
We don't have
ogres.
TNT.
And guess
There's
what? You can blow
40
yourself up.
There's 40 ogres.
Let's all just combust
So
right now.
Lodrak begins to come down the second stairs. He says, "Rhogar, will you follow close behind?"
Of course.
And he's still carrying Cyphrus as just a bundle of joy.
Oh my god.
And he goes down to the first level and he says, "Ah, ladies, it's good to see you all." And he sets down Cyphrus and he kind of pats him on the head. And he sees Fezzik kind of freeing some of the goblins. And he says, "Just a moment there, Fezzik, that won't be necessary at all. Guards, free half of the goblins here. The eye is satiated for today." And so the goblins kind of the ogres start letting some of the goblins free, and then the goblins start like heading out the door. They leave the gate wide open, and Lodrak goes to where Plum is and cuts him off from the rhinoceros that he was still being dragged by, and he kind of like carries him, and he just kind of like touches his wounds, and he seems to be like healing slightly, but not super effectively healed. And he kind of sets him down and he says, "There, Plum. Just don't make any more rebellions against your owners, shall you?" And Plum says, "No, boss, of course." And he kind of starts limping away. And he looks at Fezzik and he says, "Come on, let's get out of here." And then Lodrak turns to you guys and says, "You are all free to go. Do not return here anytime soon. Be on your way."
Can we have passage through the Red Mountains?
Of course. You can have... I wouldn't go to Soldrak, though. That seems to be burned down.
I'd like to leave, and I happily exit without saying
I
a single
turn
word.
to the high priest and I say, "Why are you letting us go? What did you see, high priest?"
I'm out. I'm gone. Lyosha
You're
and I are
gone.
so far gone.
Okay, they're
While
gone.
he says this,
Okay, so
I'm making-
who's gone? Who's gone and who's not?
I am gone.
I'm making my way
You're
towards
staying,
the door,
right?
but I'm listening.
I'll stay with Cyphrus.
Okay.
But I'll tell Cordelia to get the F out.
So, he kind of kneels down, and he's a huge ogre, and he kind of puts his knee out. And he says, "Would you hop onto my knee here, dear Cyphrus?"
Okay, I hop onto his knee.
This is so weird.
And he kind of caresses your face again, and he says, "You're what we've needed for a very long time." And he kind of passes you off and says, "Now be gone."
I whisper to Cyphrus, ask if we can have a token that will give us safe passage through the Red Mountains.
Can I have a token to grant myself safe passage
Open your eye.
and my party?
Open your eye, and you will be able to go through.
Actually, I'd rather not. We'll take our chances.
What?
What?
No.
No, we already have safe passage.
You can do it anyway. You can open your eye at will
I'm
now.
not gonna
Don't
do
open
that.
your eye, Cyphrus.
I don't open my eye.
Your eye is basically a way for this high priest to be able to see what's going on. I don't say this, but I say this to Cordelia. If she sends me a message.
I didn't.
But I know
Well,
what to
he,
do.
he says to Cyphrus, he's in your mind at this point. He says, "Make sure you tell your elven friends not to reveal themselves to any ogres. That might not be very in the best of for their interest." All right.
I grab our camels.
Okay. And so half of the goblins, so about 50 goblins, are able to be freed. Fezzik and Plum are kind of like waiting for you guys.
What
They
happens to the rest
kind
of the
of.
goblins? They died
Oh, they
today?
dead. They gonna die. We freed half of them. And we almost died.
Okay. So what's happening? Are you guys going outside now?
Confused as hell. I am so far gone. I am with Fezzik and Plump.
I'm bringing the camels out to
I'm
everybody.
going outside.
I mean, I'm waiting for Cyphrus, but I'm
I
bringing.
follow you. Pick me up, please. I need to be picked up.
I'll put him on the camel,
Okay.
and I'm leading all 3 of our camels out.
Okay. And you guys make it past the gate, and the gate closes. Fezzik and Plum say,
Wow, thank you guys for saving us. We had no idea you guys had it so good with the ogres.
Listen,
We
you.
didn't know either.
Listen, you Plum. I blew up Direhold. I killed Rhogar. You should be thanking me.
They are.
And I have no treasure to
wait,
show
You
for it.
blew up Direhold.
I did.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, okay.
Listen, I would have loved to give you what treasure we had. Unfortunately, it's been, rocks burned up,
Right.
Yeah.
I think that is, a reward. If your team of goblins here that we have freed can spend some time uncovering it and unburying it and giving us 100 gold pieces, that would go a long way towards the act
Sure.
that he just did.
Absolutely. When would you like to collect this by?
Next time
Next
we come
week.
through.
Next week.
What?
Next time we come through these parts.
Next time we come through these parts.
That sounds good to
Be
me.
here next week?
Fezzik, I'm glad you took care of our delightful friends. They're delinquents just like us.
and Fezzik says,
They're really nice. I like them a lot. They took
And
care
the
of
rest
me.
of the goblins.
Alright. I would like to say to Lyostra, does that any of what just happened make any sense to you? Why did they let us go?
let's journey a little further away from the temple, shall
I
we?
agree. Let's
Up
go.
on camels.
On my camel.
on
I'm
camel.
going
On
as
my
fast as I
camel as well.
can.
I'm trying.
So now I
because
can
feel
open
bad
my
for
eye
the
freely at
goblins.
will.
I'm crying.
Apparently.
I'm
I wonder
crying.
what would happen if I did.
I'm shedding
I'm
tears
not-
for
I'm
the
not
rest of the
crying.
goblin babies.
Okay, you guys can
I
see.
shed no tears. For
You
the
can
goblins.
see Fezzik and Plum kind of like waving for you guys.
Oh.
Right.
Oh, are we running? We're riding the opposite way they need to go, right?
Yeah, they're running
They're
back into
okay,
the
good,
desert.
good.
And you can see them just kind of running, getting far away from the ogres as possible. All right, cool. So you guys
I
are
glance one last time over my shoulder at the temple. And then I look straight ahead.
Lyostra, this power of Cyphrus's seems to be helping him. And helping us. Why do we want to get rid of it?
I don't think it's
Helping
at all.
us? How is it helping
That
us?
just got us rid. Why did he listen to you?
Maybe he's planning something.
He's for sure planning
for sure
something.
planning something.
He's
Do you think
using your eye to see all the elves when we go to Summer Stout.
Maybe he's gonna have the eye blow up stuff like Godzilla style.
Yes,
Loki, that's what I was
Like
thinking.
Loki, that's what I'm worried
Like
about.
from
We're gonna get to
Naruto
Summer
releasing
Stout.
the tail beast.
Yeah, exactly.
Like-
Into the city,
Lyostra.
destroying the city.
Can he be cured outside of your city? We
we
don't want
have
him.
to. If we would like to cure your friend, we have to take him to the.
But
Summer
these
Isles.
eye powers, I take out my dagger and I cut myself. I cut my arm. What happens?
Okay, so you cut your arm open and you can see more tentacles kind of spewing forth and patching up skin back together.
I show Cordelia. Cordelia, look! I cut myself again!
Lyostra says, "This foul beast cannot be trusted. I don't even know why you'd like to heal him. I'm only taking you to my
Me?
people because I must get to the Summer Isles."
I got good intentions.
Lyostra, we need
for
to
all of
heal
us.
this gnome. It is no fault of his that this eye has possessed him.
No fault.
This
He
I-
seems to be.
Chose to possess me. I had no control. Actually, I resisted at
cut
every
it out,
possible
Cyphrus. We
turn
were there
from this
when you
eye.
were infected.
I resisted.
I tie up
You were
Cyphrus and
chosen.
I
gag him.
resisted that
Thank you.
magic.
Cyphrus.
You're
Will
gagged.
you let me
You're
tie you
gagged.
up and gag you?
I was.
Will you let me?
My only concern.
Just so we can.
You struggle.
I whisper to you. I say, just so we can make the elf let us in, okay? We have.
Okay. You gagged me.
And
my
then
only concern is for my people. And the ogres have been trying to get to our islands for many years now and to rid us from their continent for a long time now. And I do not think it is wise to bring this gnome onto our island.
I don't
I
think
agree.
so either.
Lyastra, what if we blindfold his third eye when he's in?
What if we put
Traveling.
a bag over his head because
What if we put
we
him
can
in a
still see
suitcase?
through any of his memories?
I can.
What is a suitcase, Rhogar?
What if you just kill me? Oh, I can't say that.
What if?
All right.
Can your people heal him outside the island?
Like
no,
a-
we need to be on mid soul. That is where the light's well is. The power of our people.
So I say we put a bag over his head, and then
So
he
he
won't
has no
know anything.
recollection.
He won't know where we're
If he
going.
is tied up and there's no way for that eye to jump out of his little cranium, then
His little-
maybe we will be able to heal him. But this debauchery has gone on far enough, and he seems to be giving into its power willingly.
I don't think he knows enough to resist. I'll ungag him. I reach over and ungag him, but then I throw the rag over his head and bind his eyes so he can't
Okay,
see.
okay, that's fine. Now, wouldn't it be good for all of us if this thing just jumped out of my forehead and just escaped us all together on this island? So maybe just leave it.
No, because then if it dies, then you die.
Yeah.
Well, then that's a good thing, right? I mean, me dying is a very good thing.
I don't think
We-
you want to
what?
die.
We
I
don't
don't
want you
want
to
to die. I don't think I can die.
Perhaps if
If
Cyphrus
you would like
does
to
die,
die,
I
then
can
I
revive
can go
him.
to my isles and we can kill you here if you'd like. Why kill you on our island?
Perhaps we could stab the eye out of Cyphrus
But
and
the
I can
thing is,
revive
I
him.
don't want to die.
Why don't we just go to the Summer's
I
Dawn
I want to be
and
free
talk,
from this.
talk to the
Also-
elves at
Dark
Summer's
power.
Dawn and see what we can do.
Cyphrus can't hear information either, or else he'll be able to report that back.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have to put something in his ear as well.
Guys, I'm
Oh,
not
you
a
know, it would
spy.
be
I
helpful.
swear.
All of us here speak Elvish, except for Rhogar.
Oh,
The rest
sure.
of us can communicate, and Cyphrus can't understand a word.
Oh well, I guess
Only you
I'll
know.
take that one on the chin for the party. But let's keep riding to the Red Mountain.
Fair enough.
Oh, maybe we can teach you how to speak Elvish, Rhogar.
Oh, that would be great. I'd love to learn.
I would like to
I'm
start
just a
teaching
student.
him
Okay.
words of Elvish.
Yeah.
I would
Like
like
those
to-
watching, he knows Elvish.
I'd
and
like to
he's
say,
hiding it from
Cordelia.
us.
Cordelia, I think that Rhogar knows Elvish.
That's
I think that's
metagaming. That's not fair.
That's consistent with what I've been doing this whole game.
That's
What?
because you've been
You've been metagaming
metagaming.
the
You
whole
don't know.
time?
I've given no reason.
He has given no reason. He's just casually like, oh.
All right. You guys
I have a
are
healer
approaching.
Do I have
the-
a bag
no,
over my head?
Yes, you do. And
I
you're
have a-
tied up.
I
Is
know,
he tied up?
I
Put
know.
cloth in his ears.
I want to voluntarily open the third eye and just see what happens.
No, you're blindfolded.
Well, I
It's
can
all-
still
like
You
open
can't
this,
just
like
open it
tied,
up.
like tied.
Can you open it up? Is it the third eye?
But he's like it's bound.
Yeah.
I open it up. Can
You
I
see
see?
nothing but darkness.
Oh, I can't
Good.
see through the bag? Oh, dang it. Alright, I close it.
Does anyone have candles?
Feels weird.
I might, yes.
So you guys are coming up to the
torches.
mountain
Candles?
pass. You see a great
torches.
Wax on
black
the
gate. You
Wax
see
on the
ogre
ears.
guards, and they say, "Oi, who goes there?"
What kind are they?
Ogre guards.
Oi, we're on business from the high priest. We have
Lodrak.
Lodrak. We have the gnome of the eye.
The gnome of the eye, huh? Let me see this eye.
And you unbind it.
I show him. I lift the bag off of Cyphrus's head and pull back the bandage.
You and then, okay, well,
Why are
show
you?
the eye.
Why are you covering up the eye?
For his own protection.
Very well.
My power must be contained.
You all. Keep
Otherwise, I
going.
may just, I don't know.
Sacrifices.
For the protection of everybody, it's.
Alright, the ogre guards open the gateway.
Oh my goodness.
And
Put it back.
And you guys are able to go through the gate. You guys are on a long mountainous path. You're coming up a hill. It's about a day's journey to Summer's Doubt. We'll say you guys power through that. You guys are able to come out the other side. You see.
So we got a long rest
You
in?
got it long rested. Yeah.
Nice.
Do we bond
So we heal?
as a party?
What?
We're not friends? We're not going to become better friends?
Yeah, you guys are great friends at this point.
Am I friends with
Ogre eye.
Lyostra?
Huh?
Can I be friends with
Oh,
Lyostra
yeah.
too?
That's what he really meant.
Just do nothing.
Is now a good stopping point?
Yes. You guys are coming up to the hill. You can see a shoreline. You can see a beautiful elven city.
Rhogar, what's happening? What's happening, Rhogar?
You can see a port. There's all these red and orange trees all over the place. It's just a beautiful city. It's obviously elven.
Tell you all of this. Tell you.
What?
Okay.
I'm
That's
just
a good
telling you
stopping
it's
point.
beautiful.
Awesome.
He can't
All right, so thanks everybody. This was
Thank you.
this was half dice.
Confusing, chaotic, and
But that's
half-assed, half-diced.
I think I confused a lot of people here. I thought Alex said Triceratops because there were Triceratops on the other island. So
What?
I kept saying, "Oh yeah,
You're not on an
dinosaurs."
island.
I mean, like, we did a one shot that had like Triceratops in it. And I was like, "Oh yeah, what dinosaurs here too?"
No,
That's what I was
rhinoceros.
confused.
Just let it go.
Rhinoceros.
If you guys
I
haven't,
misheard him.
Shh, it's not a big deal. If you
Just wanna
guys
clear that up.
haven't seen the first few episodes, they're on YouTube. Go check them out. We stream every Sunday at 6 o'clock Eastern time. Come watch with us while you're quarantined.
I got a question. Do you know what they call people with glasses? They call them 4 eyes. So in reality, like, I have 2 more eyes. So I guess this fits my character perfectly.
Other
Alright.
glasses over
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Thank you for
Bye.
Are you gonna stop it, Wesley?
Oh, I forgot this.
Bye again.
Ugh.